Hello out there in the Twitchiverse. I'm cautiously testing to see if I get an echo. It sound pretty good. I think I got it.
You sound good to me.
Good. Well, welcome to the Sunday Father's Day stream from Superliminal Films and Games. I'm Max.
I am Dan, and I talked to my dad earlier today.
I'm
So
Max,
I,
and I don't talk to my dad.
I am absolved of Father's Day necessity. I had a half an hour phone conversation with my father after work.
That's impressive for talking to your dad.
We were mostly chatting about the World Cup.
Makes sense.
He's always sort of been a casual fan of soccer, and so in the last decade or so, as I've become a much larger fan of the sport, his fandom has increased as well.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, it's actually like really nice to have somebody else who like gives a damn
Yeah,
to talk to. It's kind of neat.
that is cool. I know he's the only person whose house I've been to that had vuvuzelas at it.
We still have those vuvuzela as well,
There you go. Just in time for when the
just in time for another World Cup.
when the World Cup now, and then you can hold on to them for another 8 years, and then you'll be able to take them with you when the
Oh
World
shit,
Cup's
yeah,
here.
absolutely taking vuvuzela when the World Cup is in the United States. By the way, at some point, I think you need to investigate the aspect ratio your camera is displaying in. Thank you, Disco Computer, with the cheer.
Yes,
Uh,
yeah. I widened
because
myself slightly.
you do look a little wide.
I've widened myself a fair bit. Let me click on it. I figured out how to ignore the aspect ratio, so I can widen and narrow myself kind of as I wish.
Oh, cool.
So that's not too bad. Whoa! Why'd you have to subscribe during the thing? Now I'm going to have to sing at the end.
That's exactly why. Because I got to
That's
restart.
harsh.
I just opened up the chat and it prompted me to announce my second month of being a sub.
Wow.
So
There you go.
yeah, man,
Thanks for being a friend.
I am a friend,
There you
a
go.
fry end.
So, we have a couple options open to us tonight. We can do competitive draft. I'm a little leery of that because our Dominaria performance has been less than stellar. But
Both of ours too. Like I've not done very well at it. Neither of you. So
yeah, it's been a really hard format for me to understand fully, and I know I've mentioned this, and you'll see it both on our YouTube content and when I stream. It's a really different draft format, and that makes it really hard for me to grok because it's not like Ixalan or Amonkhet block where it's kind of you draft a really good deck, and because you're on a good curve, you've drafted well, it's kind of its own reward where you're able to kind of take things down pretty easily.
hmm
This format very much is more about being able to make the most value play, so it'll make you a better drafter if you start to get good at it because you have to understand not only how to draft good cards and how to build a good deck, but how to get the most out of those cards. Very small micro decisions can end up losing you a game.
right.
It's a tough draft format, and it also requires curves less important than those value decisions. So if you're not getting the best possible, like if you lose value on a card you shouldn't lose value on, you can lose a game because of it, which is a really difficult thing. So
That's very annoying.
it's just tough. It's a tough draft format. It's a grindy draft format. It's also a very long draft format because the games go for a long time.
Well, that's every grindy draft format, right? They just
Right.
take forever.
Yeah, and this is very much you're going to draft cards, you're going to be able to play most of your cards because of the sheer length of game and amount of cards drawn. So,
Which is weird because it's not like a multicolor focused set, which is when we tend to see that a lot.
right. So, I'm not opposed to competitive draft by any like means. Um but it's definitely an option that it could take a while cuz it's best of 3, so we could play as many as 15 because it's could go to 5 wins.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? 15 games worth of
Well, you've had relative success in the quick draft format, right?
I have done fairly well in the quick draft format. Constructed, obviously, not my favorite thing. Dan's more the constructed player. I'm more the limited
Mm-hmm.
player of the group. So we'll do our usual thing of we'll start with a constructed game, just to give some people some time to jump on, because we did
Yeah.
post earlier today we were coming on and we got on slightly late, but we'll give people a couple minutes, and nothing buys you a couple minutes like playing good old Blue White Approach.
I love watching Blue White Approach.
I mean, I got the red deck bill and it's definitely been good, so that's really awesome, but Blue White Approach is just a deck you don't have, so if somebody catches you drafting or playing constructed, they won't see you play that deck. So it'll give people a little bit of diversity.
Yeah.
Which I think is much appreciated, hopefully, by our audience.
Yeah, I've played a lot of red on this channel.
Yeah.
So a chance to play something else is kind of nice.
Absolutely. So
plus, this deck is really good.
It's a good deck. This hand we have is particularly good against any kind of aggressive strategy.
I kind of hope our opponent's playing mono red.
If our opponent's playing something like mono red, or they're playing something like a mid-rangey like red green monsters or green black of some stretch, we pretty much own the world with this. We're really soft to the mirror, but it's not a hand that can be mulliganed in any stretch, so we're gonna go ahead and keep it. The double meandering river's a little rough. Plus the memorial's a lot of tap lands. Down double memorial, but
they do a whole lot though.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll throw a meandering river to start. And I forgot my hello. What world is this?
Come on, sir.
Okay, and it is the mirror. Well, not the exact mirror, but it's a control mirror. So we'll go ahead and play another tap land. And they're definitely way ahead of us now on that search. So this is going to be a tough one for us for sure. And they're on Esper, so we definitely have a long way to go. I'm going to go ahead and throw out a Memorial to Genius, because again, we kind of don't care about anything. And double seal away now is real brutal. I'd love the seal away to have been a cast out, because at least we could have gotten to cast it. All right, and you're again, if you're involved in the bit wars, you have to color commentate on the bit wars.
32 bits from me with some soccer and some pride, because it is still Pride Month and it is also the World Cupping. So there we go with that. Firing right off with the reverse of the number that Disco Computer gave us.
And I'm playing a Plains here because I am interested in trying to cast a Teferi. And I have a.
I think a Teferi is really good in this matchup.
Yeah, I'd like to keep myself at 4. Also, I can kind of feign something like a Glimmer of Genius. My opponent doesn't know my hand's total garbage. And you can see how they're going right after the Memorial of Genius, because they do not want us farting around with something like that.
I mean, would you?
No. No, I would not.
Yeah.
And also puts more cards in their yard for the Azcanta.
That's true. And flipping Azcanta is very good in grindy matchups.
Scarab G. Yeah, you got it.
Oh, let's hope they attack with it and we get to seal it away.
Yep. Well, the problem, let's see what's in the yard here. They have nothing. I know I don't run any creatures, so I know I'm safe.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's still a powerful 5/5.
Yeah, I'm just debating if we want to. I'm thinking we want to just Teferi plus here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need more cards. We need to dig ourselves out of this mess.
Plus, Teferi plus leaves up the mana for seal away. So.
It does.
Get that horrible foop sound.
And we'll call it there.
Yeah, why not?
They have nothing to get back with the Scarab God. I'm sure this is going to scare them a little bit as far as attacking, unless they have a counter spell.
Yeah, because we put in a naked Teferi like that.
Yeah, so they probably see this coming, and they probably are holding something like a disallow, and that's okay. This is, we're going to have to deal with it. I would rather have the card than just simply put it back, and they just Vraska's Contempt the Teferi or whatever. Like, it's not not too rough, but a necessary evil, unfortunately.
Yeah. Extra cards is extra cards. So.
Yep. So they'll disallow it. They'll take out the Teferi. We get a chance to seal it away on our turn. Just not too bad. Not great.
I mean, it's a 2 for 2. It's a 2 for 2, and we got to draw a card. So.
Yep. And we get to hold up a Glimmer of Genius, which is a little bit better. So
dude, Glimmer is so good. It's so much better than Hieroglyphic Illumination.
Hieroglyphic was, I mean, it worked. I mean, I love Inspiration as a card, but and the ability to cycle it away early is nice. It gives it some flexibility, but Glimmer's just potentially, if you put bottom both cards, it feels like you cast two Hieroglyphics.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty absurd.
Yeah.
We'll see how much better the opponent thinks their hand is. They may go for a counter here. I'm not a big fan of countering my card draw because I'm eventually, like, the game's going to go long enough that feels like a little bit of a waste to me, but that's kind of what I need the opponent to be doing.
Now we're live on any spell, which unfortunately is nothing here. But...
Yeah, but I will cast out the Search for Iskanta because foolishly they disallowed our Glimmer of Genius.
Keep them off the card advantage.
Yep. We'll put things more at parity. I mean, they definitely were up on card selection.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I mean, Teferi here is pretty brutal, but we can blink an eye it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try to draw out of it. It's a little harsh blinking it. I won't blink it for just naked. I'll at least wait till our turn and blink it with...
blink to draw.
Yeah. Because while I know I can get one under them, the chances of them playing a negate is pretty rough. Some will play like a singleton negate, and we're not going to run it to a syncopate for one, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So I'm not too concerned, but we'll go ahead and do that now.
Boy, we're seeing a lot of land.
Maybe not. Maybe we won't do it now.
We'll wait and see what they do.
Yeah, I'm willing to kind of let them think that they have something, like, because a lot of people are prone to use their mana because the Teferi will untap two of their land. So people tend to utilize that, and I'll let them kind of do that kind of thing. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. Worst comes to worst, we just, worst comes to worst, we lose a long attrition-y game.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely the match we didn't want to see, but that's okay.
Yeah, we were definitely much more set up for an aggro mirror or aggro opponent.
Yeah,
definitely. Not the mirror.
But that's okay. That's right. We're baiting out a boatload of disallows, which I'm kind of fine with if we can.
The fact that they've cast 3 disallow already this game is I am fine with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're 1 shy of being able to use our memorial, or 2 shy, because it's 5 and a tap sack.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. All right, yep, and the land march continues on.
That's just ridiculous.
It happens. I mean, we're playing a lot of land in this deck, 26, because I trimmed 1.
Mm-hmm.
But still, 26 is quite a few. But we
it's
can
like
always
40%.
Yeah, we can memorial at the end of this turn. We do have to worry a little bit about the Teferi. He's at 7 loyalty, and 8 is where the ultimate goes off.
Yeah.
So we're running out of time to find that.
43% is actually the land.
So I will use the memorial in response to the Teferi, because if our opponent doesn't tap any lands, they have to untap 2 of ours. Because he has to untap land. And you can see the opponent's tapping in response. They may disallow. Okay, they did not. But you can see they just tapped 2 lands for the sake of tapping them, so they didn't have to untap our lands.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, pretty neat.
No, Jared, this is not Roller Coaster Tycoon. I don't know what I missed there, but
I told him yesterday that I need to just do Roller Coaster Tycoon one day to upset you.
I don't think that would upset me. I just don't care for the game very much myself.
Okay. So, the opponent being Esper, they're going to syncopate for 5, which we cannot pay. I'll pass the turn.
Turns out they got actually a pretty good draw for the mirror, and we didn't.
Yes, yeah, and their card draw was much better. They had the Iskanta going early for the nice card selection.
Mm-hmm.
So they definitely had it. They kind of had it all, and we still haven't seen a single disallow yet.
Yeah. That's going to be a problem, is the number of counterspells that we're going to draw when they're not relevant anymore.
Well, the disallows, if we draw a disallow here, it'd actually be kind of gross. If they go for the Teferi Ultimate, we can disallow it. If they
that would actually be pretty good.
So we'll see how that goes. Now we drew an Essence Scatter instead. If they ultimate this Teferi, it's pretty much lights out. So we'll see if they want to try to plus it one more time to keep it around. But if they just go for the ultimate, we're unfortunately just conceding. because they can get back their Scarab God right away. So if it
Yeah.
were me, I would go for the Teferi right away.
Mhm.
I wouldn't fool around. But yep, that's game.
Yeah.
Nothing doing there, unfortunately. Our hand of not very many useful spells and then a whole lot of land didn't quite, cobble together a victory. But it happens.
I mean, someone has to win and someone has to lose every game.
That's the deal, unless you draw.
Well, yeah.
So, I think the best option then is a quick draft. Yeah, for rivals.
Yeah, quick draft is probably better.
Seems better than the competitive draft. If anybody in Chatland is hardcore on the competitive draft for Dominaria, speak your piece, and we'll change gears. But you don't have very long to do that before I click this Rivals of Ixalan button. So if you're interested in quick draft, please go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, while I wait for any strong opinions, I'm going to open a pack because you subscribed during the stream.
Yeah, I did.
So we're going to open that pack.
Pack.
So we have some Volt Progressy stuff like the Hammered Explorer and the Mammoth Spider.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really playable and constructed, unfortunately. Garna's a beast and limited. Let's see what our card is. The Antiquities War. Not spectacular, but not unplayable.
Cool card.
Yeah, good art.
Mm-hmm.
So not too bad, not too bad. So there's the pack for the subscribe or resubscribe, whatever that ended up being.
Resub.
So there you go. Well, thanks, Disco Computer. We were contemplating draft, and you have suggested Darft. So I don't know what that means.
I think that means 1 + 1 is 2 + 1. That's 3. Quick maths.
So we're gonna go with, I guess, quick draft.
Are you familiar with Man's Not Hot?
No.
Oh man, it's a spoof British grime rap or gangster rap kind of song that a comedian put out as the guy's name is Michael. I forget what his last name is, but it was as Big Shaq.
Okay.
And the song is called "Man's Not Hot." And at one point, he talks about how intelligent he is by saying 1 + 1 is 2 + 1 is 3. That's 3. Quick maths.
Interesting.
Yes.
I just think of Beat Kids for some reason when you say that. Quick maths. Beat Kids.
Hit children.
Rivals. You can't. Why are you voting? We know what you want.
I'm not involved. Because I'm not involved.
You're not
That's
involved.
why I get to vote.
Your human language is feeble. All right, fair enough. We'll do rivals.
Your human language is feeble.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and pay 750 gems. I have 7-2'd and 7-1'd lately in this format, so I'm getting pretty.
Oh, best of
darn
luck. Yeah, it's a way more interesting format than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's got some stuff going on, and we have a pack with a lot of stuff going on. We have Golden Guardian as our rare. It's a pretty rough rare to take this early, Jared. I know you're gonna chime in because it's a golem, but it's a tough one to take. 4/4 for 4 is pretty good. It's just very slow in a format that doesn't forgive slowness too well.
Mm-hmm.
Golden Demise is a beating. It's a very good card to take. It can be an absolute game ender. I lost a game on the spot to this card, and you'll see it in one of my upcoming YouTube videos where I draft. I think they 4-for-1'd me with it.
Shoo! I mean, I've been more than that for one in constructed with that. Well, Paul says either "God damn it" or "Golden Demise."
You're outing his anonymity.
Sorry.
Disco C.
Most disco of computers says, "God damn it."
God damn it. I think God damn it is correct. There's also Thunder Herd, which is really good if you want to set up for the dinosaur deck. You really need these fast mana payoffs. And Merfolk Mistbinder is absurd, obviously, in the
I was going to say, what about Mistbinder? Because I've played my 10,000 hours of Fish in this format, in the old constructed format.
There's also Hunt the Week, which I like a lot as a common. Other commons that are like pretty good. Deadeye Rig Hauler I like a lot. The Raptor Companion, it's actually decent in this format, as is Dusky Z and the Border. But I think for our money, it looks like we're going to Golden Demise. So we'll go ahead and take that to start. All right, moving right along, we have a Swashbuckler, which is not very good. Pirate's Pillage, which is not very good. Jungle Creeper, which is pretty good, but in a largely unsupported color combination. There's no tribe you can really get in on this. You're kind of like
Yeah.
dinosaurs with dinosaurs riding, or vampires riding dinosaurs, Dino Riders.
Dino Riders.
You can take an early Conquistador if you're really into that kind of thing, which seems a little aggressive, but the overall strength of this pack is pretty weak. If we had taken the Mistbinder, I think we'd follow it up with a Jade Barrier, Bearer, which would be pretty easy, as opposed to the Gleaming Barrier, which is a different card. But yeah, overall, this pack is fairly weak. I think it's just the Creeper.
Yeah, I think we just take the best card out of the pack, which I think is Jungle Creeper.
Yeah, I think that's just the way to go. I mean, the Swashbuckler's okay, and I wouldn't mind being in Red Black Pirates, but I mean, it's kind of okay. Like, even if it ascends double strike, like it takes out something with a 2-butt. What do we got here? Con X10. Con X10.
Conquistador.
Conquistador.
Thinking he means Conquistador.
Oh, so we can have like as many as we can draft. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. Both decks I went 7-1 and 7-2 with were white black, and the Conquistador was in one of those decks, and it is a solid card in the format. So we'll go with the Conquistador and continue letting Disco Computer draft this deck.
All right. You know what happened the last time you let chat draft a deck?
I do. I'm not going to give him that much control, but those were the two of the more reasonable picks out of that pack.
Sure.
If we had taken the Creeper, we'd probably be looking at something like the Cacophodon next. Probably not the Cherished Hatchling this early. But since we did not take that, my inclination is to take the Raptor Companion, which is comparable in power level, I think, to either of these. And it's on color. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Raptor Companion because the black cards in the pack are not too good. And Traveler's Amulet, I'd like to avoid if possible.
And we have been straight blown out by 3-1s for 2 recently.
Yep.
Granted in different formats, but still. Divine Verdict.
There's Divine Verdict, which is quite a good removal spell. There's another Raptor Companion, which is quite good. There's the Border, who is pretty good. Raptor and Border are both very good on curve. Divine Verdict is a solid unconditional removal spell so long as the creature's attacking or blocking, and in this format you better believe it will be. It's a little slower, but I think the removal is just stronger. We have no removal yet, so I'm way inclined to take the removal, so we're going to go ahead and grab that up.
Card's really good.
It is. So
even though Disco Computer screams Camel.
Well, Camel and Thirst, I think, are just going to be screamed in this chat forever because of early drafts. So we have Divine Verdict again. We have a Grasping Scoundrel, which is a good aggro creature. And we have Evolving Wilds, which could help filter our mana out. I think Divine Verdict is that enough better than Evolving Wilds that I'm way more comfortable taking that. It keeps us on mostly white with the Golden Demise, so we can run white, black, as you know what I mean, that kind of style.
Yeah, it's just a shame that the Golden Demise is 2 black pips.
Right, but I mean, we don't want that till late in the game anyway, so it's not the worst, but it's certainly not the best.
Yeah.
But it looks like blue-green should have been where we were at, because now we're seeing like a Water Knot this late. It's pretty insane.
Thirst?
Thirst.
Water Knot.
Oh. Yes, it is kind of like the Thirst, so. DV2, the Mighty Ducks. Yeah, pretty much. I think that's where we want to be. So this one I think is a pretty easy Squire's Devotion. This card's pretty absurd. It spits out a creature, and it makes something like a Raptor Companion pretty scary, or a Legion Conquistador able to break through combat. So yeah. I think it's just way better. Certainly better than Cleansing Ray, and certainly better than Gleaming Barrier. We'd like to avoid that if possible. Our cards aren't high impact enough to support something like Gleaming Barrier.
No, but a Devoted Raptor Companion is really good.
This pack is
wow. We should have been on blue green.
Yeah, this pack's pretty bad miss. We could have got a Spiral Winder, which I still think we're gonna take, because it's just, for my money, it's that or the Dreadmaul in this pack.
Yeah, they're the best cards.
I mean, maybe Dreadmaul's better because we probably would rather be, if we had to jump off the Golden Demise train, we'd probably rather be white green dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Then blue-white, which is again an unsupported color combination besides the resplendent griffin.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna take the Dreadmaw here.
It's a big dude.
It is. So continuing down the line, we have an overgrown Armasaur, which is a pretty good late pickup. Nothing in our main color, which is at this point pretty much white, and black leaves us with Mere Grasping Scoundrel, which is not exactly, unless we went really aggro, but right now we're on a lot of 3s and 4s, so I don't think we'll end up in that aggro of a world, so I'm just going to go ahead and take Armasaur.
You've good reasoning behind it, at least.
Yeah, so we can take another Raptor Companion, which, I mean, 2 drops are really good.
Yeah.
Or we could take Fathom Fleet Border if we think that, we still want to go that direction. We could keep ourselves open that way, but I think the Companion's pretty close to the border, and we know it'll likely be played more so than the border.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that because they're pretty comparable, the Companion's the way to go.
I'm going to keep going back to the amount of times we've been beaten down by 3/1s for 2 recently.
Yep. And this pack's pretty easy, Jade Bearer. It's the only thing that's even in a color we're considering, so. And that Cacophodon I talked about before is back, so we'll go ahead and take him.
Yep, already talked about that guy.
We'll take an Orazca Relic in case we end up on dinosaurs. You can see our curve's getting a little out of hand, so Orazca Relic is not a bad one of.
It ramps.
And we have Negate, and we have Buccaneer's Bravado, so we'll go ahead and take a Negate. And lastly, a Shatter. Before we get in too deep into this next pack, I just want to pull some stuff out that's pretty bad, which is largely just the Shatter and the Negate.
Mm-hmm.
But from here, let's pull the Golden Demise out for now. I'm not against going back into black, but right now it looks like we're green-white dino, so I'm really happy we picked up these Divine Verdicts, because white is sometimes a little light on removal, so I'll switch views
Yeah,
again.
so having a pair of some of the best removal spells in the format is pretty good.
Yep, I totally agree. So we can grab up another Conquistador here, which I'm not opposed to, because Conquistador times 10 was called earlier.
Yes.
Cherished Hatchling's kind of medium. It's not great. We have a couple dinosaurs, but we saw the one pretty late before in the previous pack, so I'm not too concerned there. If we were on blue, Sailor Means is a very a very good one. So we're gonna grab up the Conquistador because Disco Computer is using exclamation points.
Conquistador.
Yes, going for the Khan reference. Khan. I just recently rewatched Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan. I forgot how good that movie is.
I forgot how good Exultant Sky Marcher is.
No, you didn't, or else you wouldn't have brought it up. But man, I just keep looking.
No, I just read it, and I was like, ooh.
I keep looking at these high-impact blue-green cards we could have had.
Yeah! Boy, we should have been in Merfolk.
Man, we would have had just the grossest Merfolk deck. So
it should have been the fish course.
So Sky Marcher is very good. On the black side of things, if we want to keep that on the table, there's Reaver Ambush and Moment of Craving, both of which are very solid pieces of removal.
Yeah.
So I think
Moment of Craving can make combat nuts.
It can make combat nuts. Reaver Ambush is an instant, which is really nice. So end of turn, you can just get something out of the way if they think they're safe to block, which is really, really good. The Sky Marcher is quite nice because it is evasive, and we need some way to start kind of... I mean, if you follow the old drafting ethos of bread, you have your bombs, your removal, and then your evasion. So evasion important. Is it more important than potentially off-color removal spells? Remember, the other black card we have is Golden Demise. So is Golden Demise better than some dinosaurs we picked up pretty late, and a Jade Bearer, which likely we won't even play anyway?
Well, the thing with...
So it's like high impact removal spells or an on curve evasive, or a known on color evasive creature.
Yeah,
is really where we're at, and both of these removal spells are quite good. Like you said, Moment of Craving makes combat a mess, and it makes combat math crazy. So
Disco Computer says simply yes.
Yes. So does that mean we're going just type a W or a B? Give me some indication of where you want us to go, because I think it's a fairly good point of whether we want to go with the white card we know will make the cut, or the black card that pairs up pretty nicely with the Golden Demise. B. Okay. So he likes the removal. I don't disagree with that. So I think Moment of Craving is a little better because it lines up with our Golden Demise. Because we can give a creature -4/-4 if need be, where this is okay. I mean, again, it also pairs well with the Golden because it can shrink a thing and then its power is suddenly lower. Yeah, the green is also not as strong. There's some late stuff. Like I like the Armasaur a lot, but the Jade Bear is not really playable. The Colossal Dreadmaw is totally replaceable. And Cacophodon is meh. So yeah, so we'll let's go ahead and take the moment, because if we do go white black, I think we're gonna be a little bit lower curve anyway. So the moment will be a little bit better for us at 2. All right, and moving on, we have Majestic Heliopterus, which is a 2/2 flyer, and it gives another dinosaur flying until end of turn when it ETBs. It's okay, it's not great. For black, we have Dinosaur Hunter, which is pretty good. It's a 2/2 for 2, and if it deals damage to a dinosaur, you destroy it. Pretty neat. And we have Dusky Z, who I'm quite a big fan of. And it seems like, to me, for my money, it's the Dusky Z. It's a card. It works pretty well. The Heliopterus is really easy to kill. It's not all that quick. If we drop green, we're down to just Raptor Companions, which not really the worst thing in the world to be able to, like, Raptor Companion flies, Raptor Companion smashes for 3, and then this smashes for 2. But the Dusk Zealot gives us a lot of opportunity to keep replacing cards, so I think I like the Dusky Z. All right, and you just
Indeed
gotta jump up them bits.
gotta make it an even 100 bits on the night.
I saw. So this next pack, Jungle Creeper. Obviously, we're not going to go into green and black. They're both, it's a fight between which color we take. But there's a Moment of Craving, which makes it barely a fight.
Yeah, a Moment of Craving seems just all the same things you said about it the last time.
Yep, I like Dust Charger, but Moment of Craving. Oh my gosh, look at this. This Impale. What are you doing in here?
Paid off?
Whoo, baby.
Paid off?
Whew. Wow.
I think
nuts.
Paid off.
Yeah, that's nuts. So we get another Dusk Legion Zealot if we want it, or another dinosaur, or a first Dinosaur Hunter. I'm going to take another Dusk Legion Zealot. We don't really have...
Just because you trust cards.
We don't have a ton of Vampire Payoffs, but we could get them. Ixalan is a lot more Vampire Payoff cards than this particular set is.
Yeah.
So we definitely could get there. Yeah, got paid off big time, because if we were still in green, we'd be just taking a Hardy Veteran, which is a fine 2-drop.
Sure.
But nothing to write home about, but now we get to take a Dust Charger, so...
Yeah, I was going to say, that Dust Charger you've been talking about?
Yeah, seriously. So, easy recover here, in my opinion. It's on color. It's a really good card. We look like we're going to build a grindier style deck, unfortunately. So, we're going to need that recover for sure. This pack is a basic nothing, so I'll just grab up the rare for my collection.
Yep.
I don't hate Snubhorn. I'd play a single Snubhorn, no question about that.
Schnubble.
Dark Inquiry, not bad for... Well, we won't play a sideboard, but I don't think we're really going to play this card. But there's a chance, maybe, where we're like, oh, we're stally enough. Awakened Amalgam, I guess. Number of differently named lands. Like, I'm not really into the... I'm just going to take the Jungle Creeper.
Rare draft.
No, I was taking the Jungle Creeper.
Just in case.
Yeah.
In case we end up splashing green.
Before we get into the next pack, let's go ahead and fix some things, because we're going to drop all of our green cards.
Hey, we get to bring back that Golden Demise, too.
We do get to bring that back and put it somewhere very strange. Jungle Creeper, Cacophodon, Raptor, Secrets, Sphinx's Decree. Let's drop the Relic now, because we're much lower curve. But yeah, this is basically where we're at. 17 cards.
Needs more creatures.
We definitely need some more creatures. Right now we're on Snubhorn, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And sadly, this pack isn't doing much for us in that regard.
So we need some decent high impact creatures too, is the thing. So we definitely need to hit somewhere along the line. So this pack is extremely weak.
Yeah, like Direfleet Interloper, probably.
Yeah, it's definitely the pick here. I like Skullduggery, but with 2 Moment of Craving and 2 Divine Verdict, we have a decent mix of removal. Oh, and an Impale I forgot about. Wow, how do we get that Impale? Plus Golden Demise? Yeah, we're pretty good on removal. We're going to need something like this to kind of win us the game. So it's evasive. It can be a 3/3. It works. It's not great. Not the kind of card you want to be first picking.
If we had less removal, I would be way more upset about that card.
Yeah. So,
Uh,
similarly bad pack here. I think it's either Queen's Commission or the Sunrise Seeker, but I like the Queen's Commission a lot. It helps us push us towards Ascend very quickly, and we want to Ascend, not just for the Dust Charger, but for that Golden Demise, so we're not taking out our boards too.
yeah,
If it weren't here, I'd be taking the Sunrise Seeker. I'd love to grab a Vampire Zeal. I think this card's very good, but we need something like a Queen's Commission for sure.
absolutely do.
Similarly, Paladin of the Bloodstained puts out 2 bodies. The 3/2 is a good size. It works pretty well, so I think the Paladin is definitely where we want to be. I don't think there's really much else for it. Like, I'm afraid of these once these packs start tabling. Man, we're just screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to watch the beta? Well, no, because we're streaming. But it is a really cool thing that they are doing a beta draft, which is just absurd.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty awesome. Also, I don't. Is
gonna
it
try
going
to
live
watch.
yet? They weren't anticipating it being live for at least another hour.
Yeah, I don't know about that, and I'm hoping that they put it up on YouTube because I would like to watch the video.
Well, I think their VODs, yeah, their VODs are available on Twitch.
Yeah,
So
nice. So I'll probably end up watching that tomorrow.
Mhm.
But we have an
Yeah, this
Argos
is
Bloodfast here, which is pretty good. We're playing a longer game, so I think that might be pretty solid for us. Slash
Mhm.
Talons is a really decent little removal spell in the format. Hoarder and Deadeye Tormentor are both pretty medium. Okay, 10:15 to 10:45. Yeah, I might catch a little bit of it live. We'll see.
yeah, because they're still in round 15 of the limited GP.
Crazy.
Yeah,
But I think for our money, the Argos Bloodfast is pretty good. So yeah, let's go ahead and there you go, Dan. The chat is or the stream is up. So
ah,
so this pack
ow,
is a Pterodon. I'm gonna ignore you. It's a Pterodon Knight and a Slash Talons. Duress, not really where we want to be. I'm just gonna take
Pterodon
this.
Knight.
I'm gonna take the Slash Talons. I'm gonna go opposite of what Dan said.
Okay, my humorous.
Anointed Deacon, pretty easy pickup for us here. We have a lot of vampires, and this can actually get us attacking pretty good. Another Raptor Companion's fine. Sunrise Seeker is also fine. I'd be happy with any of those, but Deacon is pretty good for our deck as far as synergies go.
Yeah, I'd just like to get a Raptor Companion into a situation where somebody's going to block it, and then we can blow them out with a moment of craving.
Fathom Fleet Cutthroat, not bad. We're going to be on little creatures that can attack, so this is another pseudo removal spell for us. Certainly better than Costly Plunder or Ritual of Rejuvenation.
Mm-hmm.
Moving right along, we can pick up that Vampire Zeal, which is pretty nice. We are only combat trick. I like that. One combat trick. I mean, 2 in this format's not ridiculous because of the way the format runs, but you know, it's not bad. There's Field of Ruin in here. If this were a real life draft, I'd take that because it's like $3.
I can't believe that's like a $3 uncommon.
It's good. It's good and modern.
Oh yeah, it is.
For this pack, I'm just gonna grab this Ritual. I don't think it's gonna make the cut, but whatever. Nice Sunrise Seeker.
Well, sometimes, I mean, we still would have been better off to have gone down the blue-green path from pack 1, but
Yeah,
still.
considering we're staring at a pack with a Windstrider in it, yeah, we would have. Just grabbing up random stuff there. No rhyme or reason to that. So let me flip this over at 48 cards in our main deck, but I just was throwing stuff in towards the end, and also auto-suggest lands. Because I left red cards in, it's dropped me in some red and blue stuffs. Alright, so we definitely don't want Duress on the 1-drop. Snubhorn, you make the first pass. Our 2-drop is quite low. Dark Inquiry is out. Ritual Rejuvenation is out. Let's see. 4-drop is pretty glutted, but everything looks good. As does Sunrise and Deacon on 5. We need to cut 2 cards. Let's see. I mean, Recover just feels good in this deck because of how late the game feels like it's going to go. We don't have any super high impact creatures to bring back, but we definitely could bring something worthwhile back, even if it's just like a Fathom Fleet Cutthroat late in the game to destroy another bomb. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, the Sunrise Seeker doesn't jive with the vampires that we have.
Yeah.
So that's not the greatest, but it is a nice end game beater. But we do have Paladin and Dust Charger to kind of win us the game towards the end. So I think the Sunrise, well, it has Vigilance, and I like that a lot. I think it's just kind of one we can drop because we can try to aim towards a more aggressive setup on our curve. So
Yeah.
Snubhorn feels like it's the drop
Snubble.
because it really doesn't do a whole lot. And right now it looks like, yeah, that's kind of pushing us in a lot of, like, we don't necessarily, I mean, we do, like, the problem is we have Raptor Companions early. The removal we don't necessarily want as much, but the Zealot's good. So we're unfortunately on a pretty, like, janky, like, we're mixed colors, right? Like, we're almost an even split. So unfortunately, this 8-9 is probably correct. Don't want to go up
Sadly.
to 18 land because it's a more aggressive build. So overall, I'm not like super thrilled with it. It's probably like a B minus, maybe a C plus.
We've drafted better decks on stream.
We've drafted better decks.
We've also performed horribly with some of those decks. So
right, there's definitely been some decks that I thought were like solid B's, B plus, and they just ended up not performing. So we'll see. But that's our draft deck. Yet another white black deck. I have a lot of experience in this world, so we got that going for us.
Which is nice.
Yeah, I mean it's certainly something.
I was mostly just doing the Caddyshack thing.
I know. I know.
And on your deathbed, we will achieve total consciousness. I got that going for me. Which is nice.
Which is nice. I say, hey, Lama.
How about a little something for the effort here?
That's right.
I haven't watched that movie in far too long.
That's a good one.
It is.
So
Benny the Baneling, who is diamond rated in draft.
Yeah. Is that diamond rating? Or is that
I
silver?
believe so. I think that's diamond.
Is it?
Don't know.
We have time to draw a black source in this opener. We have 2 spells we can play in the meantime, but we would like to see, especially Swamp. But yeah. I think it's a keeper.
I mean, we're on the draw. Swamp would be nice.
It would certainly be. Wouldn't it be nice? We'll give the hello because we're nice people.
Yep. Let's see if Benny the Baneling... No, Benny the Baneling apparently impolite. Benny the Baneling playing blue-white. Okay, there's the Swamp. Now we need one more land.
Yeah, but not too bad. Any land works. Like, obviously, second Swamp would be great. Even more so now that they just played that.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to kill that Ferocidon and quickly.
It's not the worst thing in the world. We got some time, but we'll drop another companion. We're not really a life gain deck, so no big deal there. And they kind of stonewall the Ferocidon. It's just Raptors abound on this board.
I think it's funny that this is now the only way you can get a Ferocidon in draft.
Unfortunately, I have to go for the 2-for-1. See if they have a pump or a first strike effect or something.
I hope they don't have we're blown the fuck out if they have first strike.
There it is.
Disco Computer with 78 bits to put himself ahead of me by 1.
1 point. That's all it takes is 1 point. If we draw a Swamp here, we're in decent shape.
Let's get proud.
Nope, those are planes. Okay, well, let's just play Paladin of the Bloodstains, so.
Which is something, but...
Yeah, it's 2 bodies to block the Rampaging Ferocidon.
Yeah, it's also 2 damage from the Rampaging Ferocidon.
It is. But that's okay. We're gonna, I mean, at a point, I mean, we do have the Moment of Craving, so once it's off the board, we can try to stabilize.
That's true.
And I mean, at this point, you know, we'll see what we can do.
Disco Computer firing back with some lucky bits.
And oh, what a lucky bit he was. Unlucky for us.
I'm going to fire his own robots back at him.
Well, let's go ahead
Thirst.
Interloper and hope that we get a Swamp.
At some point, it would be nice.
There's the Swamp, okay.
Well,
I mean, it's not too bad because we have the removal spell for the Ferocidon, we have the removal spell for the Corsair. They're down to 2 cards in hand.
It's true.
We faded now the Ferocidon attack, which is nice.
Yeah.
Let's just hope that their follow-up's not nuts.
Yeah, our hand is actually pretty good. Though, so is that.
No, because we have the water knotted thing.
Fair.
So that's kind of a nothing.
That's true.
But they do have a 4/4 now, which is the problem. So it leads us to a lot of questions. But I mean, the problem is, if we impale here, we don't get to play 2 cards.
Mm-hmm.
Is the main thing. I mean, we can attack with the interloper. See if they're just at 18. I don't believe they're gonna block.
Yeah, I think they just take the 3 because especially or take the 2.
Yeah,
But
because why risk it?
yeah, like we're signaling some sort of play there pretty heavily. So I guess we just impale the Ferocidon and get hit.
Yeah, I mean,
Disco computer firing back.
I can chump block the course the arsonist, no big deal, and then the Corsair is just dealing a net 1 because of the life gain. And
the arsonist does have oddly shaped feet.
He does, and we have the Squire's Devotion to try to mount a comeback.
It's gonna be a comeback, but I also think we still have some pretty good cards left in our deck that we haven't seen yet.
I agree. It's, I mean, the Squire's Devotion's the obvious play here, but with all their mana up in 2 cards, the odds that they just blow it up in response to the Squire's Devotion's very high. So I'm not quite ready for that yet. I'd rather play the Dusky Z.
I mean, Dusky Z, we've done a lot with Dusky Z in our lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I've cast many a Dusk Legion Zealot.
Absolutely. Dusky Z quite good. So we will combat with the Dire Fleet Interloper because we're not going to block the Arsonist with it. So no big deal there. And we'll end our turn. We'll chump block the Arsonist with the Dusk Legion Zealot, and we'll try to Moment of Craving the Corsair if possible.
Yeah.
And we'll go ahead and see if this Moment of Craving lands.
Toss some party bits back in Disco Computer's direction.
Okay, and they flat out negate it.
Well, sometimes they have it, man.
I mean, we have the Interloper plus the Squire's Devotion coming up, so that's, I mean, we have to see if that's going to be good enough, but if they can handle that, if they have an answer for it, then
yeah,
we probably lose on the spot. And there, looks like they're going to tap mana. Expel from Araska.
Sometimes they have it, yeah?
I mean, our opponent has had every single card they need, which has been kind of the...
More importantly, they've just had an answer for everything we've done.
Mm-hmm. They absolutely have. And we've had lands when we don't want them and no lands when we want them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
I just don't know if there's a set of draws we have in here that can deal, because even Golden Demise doesn't take care of the Arsonist.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, that's it.
Wow, yep. You're exactly correct. Spells when we wanted lands, lands when we wanted spells.
Yeah, I mean, our opponent definitely had everything they wanted. It was, I mean, I don't think they could have hand-picked a better hand than what they got out of their deck, unless they have some kind of bomb other than the Ferocidon.
Yeah, Ferocidon against a deck that is also creating tokens is very, 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 very powerful.
And then being, like, having the trick, having the counter, having the bounce. I mean, they had everything they needed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the problem when you're playing behind, is you only have so many answers. The disappointing thing was them having the counter into the Expel from Araska. That was like the, kind of the, when you shrug and go, wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
It happens. It happens. So let's see. We got Raptor Companion. We got all our colors. We can cast most of the spells in our hand. Looks like a keeper for sure. Snubhorn Century. Give our opponent the hello. Hello there. Very fast.
Hello there.
Back.
Yeah.
Why didn't they swing with that Snubhorn Century? But you can see, like, Snubhorn Century doesn't line up very well against the Raptor Companion.
No, it doesn't match up well at all against Raptor Companion.
So we can try to go for, like, Blowout City here pretty fast and throw a Squire's Devotion on the Raptor Companion and kind of force them to block it with the Sky Marcher. They get a 2-for-1 out of it, so it makes it kind of tempting, but I'd rather wait probably to use this Moment of Craving.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to go ahead and attack with it naked. we kind of figured they wouldn't take it, and then we'll play Argos Bloodfast.
Yeah, I think Argos Bloodfest looks good for us.
Well, if they don't have anything that puts a clock on us faster than the Sky Marcher, then yeah, we're in pretty good shape.
Mm-hmm.
And if their follow-up is merely a Snubhorn Sentry, then yes, we're in very good shape.
I mean, I don't necessarily know how I think about people that play 2 Snubhorn Sentry.
I mean, it could be that they're... I mean, it's weird that usually that's the white-blue style, because blue and white try to go for, like, the Ascend type deck.
Mm-hmm.
So, the question is, do we... I mean, do we want to draw 2 cards, or do we want to play this Fathom Fleet Cutthroat? I'm going to hold the Cutthroat, just to try to get a little bit more value out of it than that.
I want to get value out of the Fathom Fleet Cutthroat so badly.
And the fact that they're just presenting a 2 damage clock, I mean, we take away one of those hits with a Moment of Craving, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just go ahead and start Argos Bloodfasting.
Yeah.
I don't mind taking a couple hits. Get some planes out of our way, apparently. Apparently not, because we just threw 3 planes in a row.
That's wild. One too many hits with the snake.
Whew. It's a little brutal. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we cannot attack here, because if they all of a sudden hit their...
we get dead.
Yeah, pretty quick. So we'll go ahead and play the Cutthroat here for no value.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not the best, but not the worst. There's a Raptor Companion, and there is their City's Blessing is the word.
Shoo, boy.
So
they built the aggro deck.
Well, it wasn't so much an aggro deck because they had to wait until turn 6 to start using it, but...
That's true.
We'll see what we can do. I think we'll start with a recover. We will recover the Companion because we can recast it. And draw another land.
I mean... Sure. That feels fair.
I mean, luckily we had the Argos Bloodfast to help get us through a lot of this.
I mean, we've drawn 10 of our 17 land.
Yeah, and we have 24 cards left, so...
Yeah.
Suncrested Pterodon, this card's a beating.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be hard.
Well, we draw our Impale, because eventually we have to start drawing spells that count, right?
Eventually. There's only so many land in the deck.
Mm-hmm. So let's go ahead and impale this Suncrested Pterodon, because that card is a bonkers card. We will not attack. We'll end our turn. We'll see if we can Moment of Craving the Raptor Companion at end of turn, and then maybe try to sneak in that Squire's Devotion and hit him. Mm-hmm. Try to undo some of the damage this Sky Marcher's doing. Okay. That landed. So let's see if we can get there. See if we can land this hit. Or is it a Divine Verdict? There's the Divine Verdict.
Wow.
I mean, this is just lining up real poorly for... I mean, the usual thing of our opponents are just drawing like gangbusters.
Yeah, it's 100% ridiculous.
So we'll go ahead and play our Dusky Z. Got our Anointed Deacon, which is nice for our token. We'll end the turn there. Hope our opponent draws some land, because they got some catching up to do. Nope, Snubble.
I mean, they've got 8 land in hand. Wow, 3 Snubhorn Sentry, though. Yeah. Like, I don't know if I would draft that.
I'm going to go ahead and activate Bloodfast, because we get to transform it if we do that, and it drew a swamp out of our way. Because why wouldn't it have drawn a land?
Why should it go well?
Whew, you're not lying. Getting dunked on pretty hard.
Yep.
Well, let's go ahead and play the Deacon. Pre-combat. Combat. Vampire. Take action. Attack. And we'll attack with the 3/1 Vampire with lifelink.
Yep. Kind of have to.
We'll trade off the Sentry for that. It's no problem.
Yep.
And then we'll play us a Queen's Commission.
Mm-hmm. At some point, we have to deal with this damn Sky Marcher, though.
I mean, we have to draw cards to do that.
Yeah. Also, remember how I was all on about Sky Marcher?
I mean, our opponent just keeps drawing hit after hit.
Shoo!
Yeah. I mean, we just cannot get around this stuff. I don't think it's time to start templing yet. Raptor Companion. It's not the worst. Alright, combat. I'm going to target a vampire. Take action. I'm going to swing with the vampire because we need the life.
Gotta gain the life.
Damage. And I'm just going to... I don't see any reason not to sandbag these 2 lands.
Yeah.
Sword Point Diplomacy.
Sure. You know what? Sure. Draw 3.
I will pay 3 life. Yes, I would like to pay 3 life. Decline that one. And decline that one.
Yeah. Draw your land. Because they had to draw land eventually, right?
Absolutely. Combat. Attack. If they swing with the Dust Charger, we're just going to chump it with Dusky Z, and we'll sack the Dusky Z before damage. 1 blocker.
Yeah. All sounds like a plan.
Not a good one, but keeps us alive.
Gain and life.
Wow. Just drew a plains?
That's ridiculous.
I mean, definitely.
12 of our 17 land.
Yeah. We'll attack with the vampire token. And we'll play a plains. It's crazy. And our opponent just drawing spells.
Fuck.
I mean, we have 2 divine verdicts. We have a plethora of creatures.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and... the problem is double block. The Dust Charger just eats both of our creatures.
Yeah.
So... we'll block with the old Raptor Companion. And before damage, we'll sack it to gain a whole 1 life.
Best we can do from this position, unfortunately.
And hope that our opponent doesn't have a follow-up. Which it looks like they may. Slash of Talon's not doing much for us here. It actually does give us decent blocks on the... because we can block the Dust Charger and hit it for the last 2 points of damage.
Yep.
But that's not great, but it's something. Oh, not you. 1 attacker. And we'll play out a Swamp Lake. We're defeated. I'll make them hopefully think less of a chance of having some kind of a combat trick.
Yeah.
But having to give up our Anointed Deacon is pretty rough here.
It's gained us so much life.
It has. We should not be alive.
No, we should be very, very dead.
So we'll see if we can get him with the Slash Talons. And we'll see what our opponent's follow-up is. So far, nothing. Alright, Dust Charger of our own's pretty good.
Yeah, that unfortunately still doesn't match up incredibly well.
No.
Because they're still flying for 2 every turn, but we do now have a clock on them.
I mean, that's 2 swings
off
the Dust Charger. I mean, it's not negligible, and we can sack it to the temple for 5 life. Oh, God.
Wow! Wow. I thought we had good removal. What happened?
We haven't drawn. We're 2 Divine Verdicts still out of 15 cards.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't find anything. It's insane. I mean, Dust Legion Zealot, I'm just going to throw him in the graveyard because he doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Dusky Z just eventually draws. I mean, replaces himself, puts a man's on the board, but...
I mean, that's not doing anything against their Sky Marcher.
That's true.
Oh, great. Chupacabra.
Holy shit, they got every good piece of removal in this damn format. That's absurd.
I'm just, this is ridiculous.
It's 100% absurd.
Ugh.
That just hurts so bad.
And we draw a swamp.
How fucking dead should we be right now? How many cards left in our library?
12. We have 13 land.
So 1/3 of the cards in our deck are land. 2/3 of the cards in our deck are non-land.
Odd they didn't attack with the Chupacabra.
Apparently they're leaving back a blocker for that 1/1 vampire token.
Whoa, subscriber.
Hey, the Divine Verdict.
Thank you so much for the resub there, Disco C.
Why is Max crying? Because he just got dunked on. Yep.
You're not lying.
Disco Computer ain't even lying.
No. Sadly, he is not.
Oh, Divine Verdict.
Yeah.
Finally
Just
stenches the flow from that fucking Sky Marcher. Remember during drafting when I was talking about how good that Sky Marcher is?
Hey, a land.
Jesus H. Jesus H. 14 of 16 land.
It's crazy. There's just such a
Two land left.
Just this huge density of stuff in our deck is ridiculous.
There's 8 non-land cards left in our library.
Yeah. It's just
the Ocho.
It's crazy. Alright. Paladin of the Bloodstained will play.
That's a card, does stuff.
Yeah, it's decent on this board.
Yeah.
I mean, sadly, it's going to end up trading for a dog, but that dog's going to get its infinite 2-for-1s, which is why that card's so powerful.
Yeah, card's
Golden
stupid.
Demise. We have one of those.
Yeah, it'd be nice to draw it. Fuck. God, they've had every piece of removal in this stupid fucking format.
And a Kinjali's Color.
Well, that's only ever a 0/3. So. What game-breaking thing are they going to cast now?
I don't know. I just wish they would draw more land.
Well, to be fair, they've drawn 13 land. They
go.
just have drawn it at times that we weren't drawing it. I also want to know why they attacked with the Kinjali's Collar.
Just attack all, save time.
Yeah, that's true. Disco Computer still calling for that goddamn Golden Demise.
It'd be nice. It'd be real nice now.
Well, considering, yeah.
Because we're at 1. Swamp.
That's all of our lands but 2.
Oh my god.
That game was atrocious.
That was a heartbreaker. Like, it makes me want to just resign and just start to draft again. Yeah,
I mean, we could. That's always an option.
I'm doing it.
The 0/2 resignation.
Yep.
0/2 drop.
0/2 drop.
0/2 drop. 0/2 drop. Claim your prizes.
Claim our prize. Let's open that pack. Mostly because we have to do that because Disco Computer subbed.
Yeah,
So,
we are owed a pack for the subscription of Disco Computer.
So here's your pack of Rivals of Ixalan. Hey, this card that beat us. That's the only card.
The Silver Gladap we should have drafted.
And we got a Bishop of Binding, which is actually really good.
Card's good. Card's good.
Wish it weren't a 1/1, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, so you know the scrolling text, right? The scrolling text in the text box. Apparently, that's not going anywhere anytime soon, even though a shitload of people have complained about it. Because in kanji character represented languages, it's almost wholly a necessity.
Oh, sure.
Because they just take up so much space. Go ahead and kick open the draft. I am going to go get myself a beverage.
Okay. All right, so we're going to do another quick draft and hope to do better. Because that was the worst draft ever. All right, so starting us off, we have Elenda the Dusk Rose, which is pretty good. Again, puts us solidly into 2 colors, the 2 colors we just were. But it is a mythic, and it is quite powerful. Pride of Conquerors is pretty good if you're on a low-end deck. It's a little aggressive to take early. Thrashing Brontodon's quite good. It does a lot of stuff. It's good mid-range creature. Not really into taking a land this early. Though, I mean, if we took the Elenda that could table, that'd be kind of nice. Moment of Triumph is a decent combat trick. Other than that, there's a Spirewinder, a Dusk Legion Zealot, and a Fathom Fleet Border. So for my money, it's either the Thrashing Brontodon or the Elenda the Dusk Rose. But I am low to go black-white again, especially black-white mid-range, because we saw how well that worked last time. So I'm just going to grab up the Thrashing Brontodon and see how we do with him. And moving into the next pack, there's Path of Metal. Metal! When it enters the battlefield, does 1 damage to each creature that does not have First Strike, Double Strike, Vigilance, or Haste. Whenever you attack with at least 2 creatures that have those, you transform it, and then it starts to dome the opponent, or you can destroy attacking creatures at random, it's a pretty sweet card. It's a hard card to draft because you have to have a lot of keywords, and that's really tough to do. As far as green cards, we have this Gilt Grove Stalker, which is pretty good. It can't be blocked by small creatures, which is pretty darn nice.
You know, I'm going to vote for the fish.
It's definitely a consideration, as is Tillinolly's Crown's not bad if we go dinosaurs. It triggers our Enrages, and it makes our dinosaurs trample, which is pretty darn good.
It's true, and starting with Brontodon.
Yeah, if we wanted to go green-blue, Deadeye Righthauler is quite good because of the raid, being able to tempo somebody out, and green-blue is, as you know, very tempo-oriented color combinations.
Yes.
So, it's between the Stalker and the Righthauler for my money. Is there one you like better than the other?
I mean, I like the Stalker a lot.
Okay. So we'll take the Stalker. It keeps us in one color. Flood of Recollection, not really playable. Oathsworn Vampire is pretty good, but not great. We have a Sun Sentinel, Sailor of Means. We have a Spirewinder. Jadecraft Artisan is pretty good and keeps us in one color. Sailor's close to good enough that I would consider going into blue for it.
I really like Spirewinder.
Spirewinder is pretty good. They're all pretty reasonable. The Artisan's okay, but not great. Knight of the Stampede's pretty good. We could go with that and just try to go with and keep on with the dinosaur thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I could see either Artisan or Knight. I like Sailor Means a lot, but I think the Knight or the Jadecraft are probably a little bit better because they're in color.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there one you like better? Probably the Knight, right? Just the 4 butt's a big deal.
4 toughness is huge. Look at how many things had 3 power in the last draft. Mm-hmm. Both that we played and that our opponents had.
It's true. It's very true. Moving on to this pack, we have Blood Sun. We have Foul Orchard. I
just picked up a Blood Sun for my Enchantress deck.
Divine Verdict.
I'm not sure I'm going to play it, but
it's good. Especially in like 4-color decks, because it's just all my lands are doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
It's all those single and double color decks that are like up on a bunch of utility lands. That's just like, oh my god, it's shutting off everything.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. We're kind of in the same world. We can go with another Stalker if we want to keep bolstering our 2-drop and stay in one color. We could go off color for Divine Verdict. Meh, not the greatest. Green-white. Be mostly dinosaurs. We'd be trying probably to stretch into red. I don't want to go black-green to grab up this duel. So I think for my money, it's just the Stalker here.
Yeah.
Don't really need 2 Knights. Not really where we want to be.
So, hey, quick Magic-related question.
Mm-hmm.
Since we're playing Magic and all. Morphic pools or whatever the one is from Shadows of Innistrad, where you have to reveal a swamp or an island or it comes to play tapped?
Morphic pools is the opponents?
Battle Bond. The battle bond.
100% the Battle Bond land.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Choked Estuary is the card I'm thinking of, because I have it in my Kess deck as another blue-black duel, and I'm thinking about replacing it with Morphic duels. Nice. Or Morphic pools.
In this pack, I like Tillinolly's Crown probably more than the blue cards. The Jadecraft Artisan's decent and on color, but I'd rather branch out for something a little bit better. And I think the Tillinolly's Crown is better.
True.
This pack has either the Corsair, which can come down as a 3/3 for 3, or we have the Hardy Veteran, and I'd rather probably just take the Veteran here and keep bolstering our 2-drop. 'Cause again, we don't just because we took a crown doesn't mean we're in red. So
Yeah,
I'm not gonna.
we could
force
even
that.
splash for Crown because Crown is really good.
Aggressive Urge, not a bad one. It draws a card and makes a creature slightly bigger, which in dinosaurs is often what you need.
Yeah, good combat trick.
So we'll take that. And it is an instant, so it is quite good. We'll grab up this this Jade Bearer here because I think it's better than Bravado. Corsair's again not bad, but I'd rather have the Bearer with already two Merfolk in the deck. Seems like it's pretty good. Oof, a lot of poop in this one.
Pack not good.
Now there's Raptor, which is okay, and there's Frillback, which is okay. We'll take the Frillback because it's okay in a color we know we're playing. Sun-Colored Raptor's not bad. Another Tillinolly's Crown, maybe a little bit of overkill. So we'll go with the Raptor. Stampeding Horncrest is great. I'm actually surprised to see it wheel. 4/4 for 5 is good stats in this format, and it can have haste, which is fantastic. Happy to see that. Happy to see another one. This is a bit of a donk for us, but we'll take Plunderer because he's awesome, just not in limited. Before we get into the next pack, and I already see the pick, I am going to go ahead and...
Come on to me!
Yeah, seriously.
You know my love for this card.
So we got that. So there are cards in this pack, but there's one real card in this pack, and it's Atali, the Primal Storm.
Hell yeah.
Bonkers. It's exactly what we want to be doing. We can cast it 5th turn if we cast the Knight on 4. It's really, really good. So I like that. I think this is a windmill slam for us. No question.
I like that.
If it weren't in the pack, I'd look at maybe a cherished hatchling as the next closest pick because I like it better than the Death Spitter. But luckily, the power level in this pack's not too big, so there's a good chance we'll get this Death Spitter on the wheel. So we're just gonna go ahead and play our Elder Dinosaur. We'll take it.
Yes.
I mean, it'll certainly make the cut.
Yes.
This pack is very light. There's a Sea Red, which is pretty good, but it's more for like a low end deck that's trying to get big. And there's a Hardy Veteran, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab that up. Not an exciting pick coming off the Atali, but it's something.
I mean, the Atali does so much work. We just need to get to 6.
So here's an exciting
and have
pick.
it survive.
Reckless Rage. 4 damage to a creature you don't control and 2 damage to one you do. It's fantastic in the dinosaur deck.
What do we have in the way of what is it? The ability where if they get damaged, that triggers things.
In Rage? I don't think we have much.
Yeah, I don't think we do either.
But we're on good butts. Like even Hardy Veteran is a 4 butt on our turn, so that's pretty cool.
And Brontodese and
Vitali and Horncrest all can take the hit. So
lots of things that survive that hit.
So I like the Rage a lot.
I'm addicted to Rage all.
In this pack, there is Goblin Trailblazer, who I like quite a bit, or the Swinging.
It's a good low drop.
The Corsair. I'm going to switch views real quick just to kind of see where we're at. A lot more 2-drops than 3-drops. So that could be an argument for the Corsair, but our 3-drops, yeah, I mean, we have one medium one that I hope to not play. But I do like the aggressive 2-drop in the Trailblazer. It's a tricky pick.
Tis.
I mean, Goblin Trailblazers, I mean, I've had a lot of success with it just from playing Constructed with it for a long time.
Yeah.
Corsair, though, I mean, I guess 3/3 for 3 is probably good enough off the back of all of our 2-drops. Hey, Forerunner of the Empire. That seems pretty
Sometimes
good.
you got it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's also Hunt the Week in this pack.
Punt the Week.
Man, that's tough. All right. So I know, like, Forerunner doubles the number of Atalis in our deck, right? Like, that's obvious. It also can blow up a lot of little things. I think it's just got more going for it than the Hunt the Week, but man, I hate passing a Hunt, especially this late. I hate passing a Hunt the Week, but that Forerunner is gas. No denying that.
I'm just glad we don't have to worry about playing against the person that eventually gets that.
Frilled Death Spitter, pretty good. It's a good 3-drop. It's not spectacular. It's got Enrage. We have a lot of Enrage triggers.
Yeah, it's a good Enrage target for Reckless Rage, too.
Yeah, I mean, we got to be careful now. Like, all of a sudden, Guilt Grows Stalker and the Jade Bearer become a lot worse because of the Forerunner. So the Death Spitter's definitely getting in there. Oh, boy, are we rewarded this? Oh, no, but there's 2 good
getting
cards.
paid off.
Charging Tuscodon, or charging Tuscodon is really good. It's really, really good.
Yeah,
Mutiny is also very good, but it's a little bit more conditional. So I think it's just a pretty easy Tuscodon.
Tuscadon seems just. I've never seen that card cast ever, but it just seems busted.
I played against it the other night, and it's like you just feel like you have to throw all your cards in front of it so you don't die.
Yeah.
But we're rewarded with a backup Mutiny.
Wow.
So we got
Wow.
I like that. We'll take a Hardy Veteran here because the reason I want to take the Hardy Veteran over the Death Spitter is because we need to start to pull out the Jade Bearers and the Gilt Grove Stalkers from our deck, and this card can take a hit from a dinosaur a lot better. Brazen Freebooter, when it ETBs, it makes a token or treasure. It sounds kind of medium, but considering we want to cast a Tali early, it's actually not the worst consideration of a 4-drop. Yeah. Certainly better than just Nilla 3/4. So we'll take the Brazen Freebooter. It may make the cut. We'll see. We'll take a Naturalize here. I'd like to take that Jade Bearer, but
I just don't think the Jade Bearer lines up anymore with what we're trying to do.
No. Aggressive Urge.
Which I don't know if we'll play the second one, but...
And same with that Brazen Freebooter, number 2. All right, so before we get to the next pack, we'll take a look at what we got going on. So let's drop some stuff like the Jade Bearer. Let's drop these Gilt Grove Stalkers out of here. Get this Naturalize out of here. Drop an Aggressive Urge. Let's see. Try to get this Frill back out of here. The Secrets of the Golden... Oh, that's the Knight. I want that. Secrets of the Golden City. Back on the 4-drop, please. Take a Freebooter out. Leaves us with 18 cards right now. All of which are, like, pretty solid playables.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy about that one.
I'm also happy with where this upcoming pack is going.
This pack has a lot of stuff going for it, I think. It has Raptor Hatchling, which is okay.
Yeah.
It has Verdant Rebirth, which is pretty darn good. It's got Thrash of Raptors, which are fantastic.
Thrash of Raptors, just very good.
It's got Gregory, who's not great. It's got Jade...
Run Bubbles.
It's got Jade Guardian, who's pretty solid. Even just as a 3/3 with Hexproof, we can throw that Tillinolly's Crown on it, and it becomes a card you have to deal with. Ixali's Keeper is a very acceptable 2-drop, and Ixali's Diviner is a fantastic 2-drop.
We're powerful on the 2-drops here.
We have a lot of 2-drops going on. To me, it feels like it's probably this Thrash of Raptors.
Yeah.
Just more dino power. If they chances are we'll control another dinosaur. I mean, Hatchling's cool, but it's just largely a 1/1 unblockable unless we get like our Reckless Rage or our Forerunner or something.
Yeah. Also, 5/3 trample for 4 is very powerful.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dowsing Dagger's not very good.
No, it's a shame.
Just a mediocre piece of equipment.
Not the flip artifact I'd prefer to open.
No.
It's not treasure map.
Okay, so there's one Ixali's Diviner, and there's a Stormfleet Pyromancer who's got Raid and shoots something for 2, but it's pretty weak compared to the 5s we have. There's also Elaborate Fire Cannon. You can shoot things with it, and it's very slow and clunky. I don't really think we'll need that. But
no, I don't think that's a card we're looking at.
It's not as bad as it seems because initially it is, you know what I mean, essentially you play it on turn 3 and then turn 4 it destroys a card. And then you can untap it. It's just expensive to use. It's a little messy. Cobbled Wings is a reasonable choice because somehow these throw dinosaurs into the air. But that's a consideration. But I like the Diviner here. It's good. It smooths out draws. It's got 4 toughness potentially, which is very good in the format.
Yeah, 4 toughness does a lot here.
Let's see here. This is another very weak pack for us. There is Swashbuckling. Gives a creature 2/2 and haste, which is pretty darn good. Otherwise, I mean, this is definitely a pack for white with the Pious Interdiction and the Bright Reprisal both in the pack. It's definitely a good pack for blue because it's got the Shaper Apprentice. It's got a Deep Root Warrior for Merfolk. It's pretty good. It's got another Cobbled Wings. So, for my money, it just feels like probably a Cobbled Wings, and we'll see if we can play it. I just don't see... I mean, like, Swashbuckling's good because it can give haste. So it's like, oh, it's, 8th turn Atali plus Swashbuckling in an ideal world, but odds are we probably won't get there. So we'll take Cobbled Wings and see what we can do with it. See if we can cobble something together with it.
Cobble some wings, man.
We have Archer, who's pretty darn good. When it comes in, it can
Tillinolli's
fight.
Night.
We have Tillinolli's Knight, which is a very good 2-drop, especially on dinosaurs. For my money, the card to take is Fire Cannon Blast. We have not a lot of removal. We're on a Mutiny and a Reckless Rage, I believe, is the majority of our removal. So we definitely need something that can do something. I would love to grab the Archer, but the Fire Cannon Blast is... I mean, I would take Archer and be happy. I would take Tillinolli's Knight and be happy. I'd even consider this Ceratops. Do you think we're gonna lose with our deck? Is that what that is with all the rest in peace?
No, it was him knocking me off the top of the
Good.
Top of the bit chart.
This deck looks pretty sweet, so I'm gonna grab.
No, this looks like one of the better decks we drafted in a while.
Oh my god! Look at this pack. There is an Angrass Marauders, which is actually pretty good in our deck. There's a lightning strike in this pack.
Yeah.
There's a Brazen Buccaneers and another Thrash of Raptors.
Yeah,
we're taking the lightning strike. I mean, that goes without saying.
Because we were just talking about removal. Like, but there's so many cards I would love to play in this deck.
There's a Skyblade and a Queen's Commission in here. Like, man, what was going on with this pack?
No idea.
Wow. All right. Crash the Ramparts, a decent combat trick. And there's Suncrown Hunters, which is another good 6.
What do we have on 6 right now?
Let me switch views.
Just Italy?
Just Italy. I'd like to... Right now we're at 23 cards.
Yeesh. But we're real heavy on 2s.
So, like, cards we can probably drop. Might be able to get rid of that Tillinolli's Crown at this point. Suncollard's okay, but not great. Could be the Cobbled Wings. Could be the Crown. I like the Crown a little better because we have picked up a little bit of... Have we picked up a little bit of Enrage, or am I just making that up?
We've picked up some Enrage.
Not much.
No,
just the Death Spitter is the only real of note one. So we'll drop the Tillinolli's Crown off our 2-drop, see if we can make that look a little bit better. But I mean, we're pretty much where we are. Like, we're to the point where we're gonna hit an acceptable number of playables. So probably just the Raptor or the Hunters rather.
Yeah.
Just make sure we hit there, because I mean, I really don't want to take Gregory. And Crash the Ramparts is okay, but we already have an Aggressive Urge as a combat trick. I don't really think we need Crash the Ram. I mean, Crash the Ramparts is strong. They can straight up win a game. But I'd rather just take these Hunters who can also just win a game. Tillinolli's Knight here. We also have another Raptors, or Hunters, and we also have a Pyromancer. All of these are good.
Yeah.
I mean, New Horizons. I mean, that's also very good.
There's a lot of really good cards in this.
Yeah, man, these past couple packs have been very stacked.
The Ixalan packs have paid off.
Yeah, they have. Oh, back to changing views. Let's move these Cobbled Wings. So we're at here. I think it's just... Now it feels like it might be Tillinolli's Knight, just to help flip that 2-drop back in.
Yeah. So even though our curve is actually really good.
It's a nice looking curve. We're doing a nice job to make sure we can do things when we need to do things.
Yeah, this is how magical cards are supposed to look.
God,
and hey, finally a pack that's not like, ah.
Yeah, we'll take an easy Nest Robber here. It's another 2-drop.
Yeah, it's 2-drop Dino.
That could round things out pretty nicely. We got the Rebirth, which is okay. I mean, you have to kind of hold it and hope that it does something, which is the tough part of it. We have the Keeper, which is a pretty good one. Not a great one, but a pretty good one. Let's take the Rebirth and see. Maybe we'll feel like after a game or two we really need it.
Yeah.
With all the 1 damage stuff we have, a dual shot's pretty worthless to us. So we'll just let me switch views for the last few cards here, because I'll start dumping stuff into our sideboard. Move the Rebirth over to our board as well. Put the Swashbuckling in because it's on color. I'll take the Deadeye Tormentor. I like him. Brazen Buccaneers are good too.
Late too.
And
late playable.
Blinding Fog. All right. We drafted us some dinosaurs. Even these dinosaurs. I need
What
to make
is a
one cut.
dinosaur to do when there are kids on the ice?
Um, let's see. I think Nest Robber's pretty weak, so that should probably come out. That
Mhm.
could be a deck. Just want to see if there's anything we want to consider playing up here. I don't really see anything that's jumping out as like, oh man, this is the way to go. I mean, I would like to maybe try to fit in. Like, I mean, the Crown is tempting because it's like that could be a way to win. Same with the Cobbled Wings. It's like, man, these could be win conditions
Mhm.
on a stalemated board. But these dinosaurs are so big, it feels like we won't really have a stalemated board. And we have a decent amount. We have Mutiny, we have Reckless Rage, we have Lightning Strike, we have Fire Cannon Blast. So we have not a ton of removal, but with 4 pieces of solid removal.
It's a decent amount of removal.
Yeah, so it's like creature wise, we have Raptor, Tilinali's Knight, 3 Hardy Veterans. That gives us 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 creatures. So we wouldn't be low to get rid of a creature. So maybe
Now, 17 creatures is still like a fine number of creatures.
So maybe we take out the collared raptor and put in the Cobbled Wings.
Yeah, because I don't like Sun-Collared Raptor involves a lot of mana.
Right,
So,
I mean,
like,
it could be good, but
long,
yeah, we have so much we're doing with our mana all the time with this deck because we're casting stuff consistently. Unless I don't really see a need to run 18 lands. Maybe, I mean, we could go that route.
I mean, we're trying to get to 6, but I don't feel like 18 land with this deck with the amount of 2s and 3s we have is where we want.
Right, because it's just a reasonable mix. I think 17 is correct. We only have 2 6s and 3 5s. That's not ridiculous. Like, our curve's not heavily weighted towards that end. So that's what we got. We got the Thrashing Brontosaurus theme decks, so we'll see how that goes. Or Brontodon. Because they're not real dinosaurs, they're Ixalan dinosaurs.
Yeah, they can't be real dinosaurs. Ah, real dinosaurs.
Chewbacca. How you doing,
Chewbacca? How you doing, Chewbacca?
It's because of how they have it spelled.
Yeah.
It's definitely the
How
way...
you doing, Chewbacca?
That's the way Lando says it. Chewbacca.
How you doing, Chewbacca? You
It's
see Solo yet?
No, it's not in the movie theater.
You go to the movie theater sometimes to see movies.
Yeah, but not Solo. Did you see Solo?
The Thursday of the week it was released. I went after work. I mean, I'm predisposed, like, because I love Donald Glover and I love Star Wars. All right, I kind of like where this hand's going.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what our opponent plays next. Whether it's like, do we want to go Diviner? Do we want to try to go Knight into Death Spitter? Based on just pass, I like Knight into Death Spitter, I think.
Yeah.
Or do we want to... Yeah, because our hand doesn't have too many expensive cards, so there'll be a time for a Diviner, I think. So we'll play Knight. We'll see if it gets momented out. Nope. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah.
Sultan Sky Marcher. So we get to do the...
fucker again.
We get to do the Dan Sirwan special of player creature pre-combat. Because if you control a dinosaur, it gets the bump. So we get the old Dan Sirwan special. It was funny, we were recording pop-up video, and we were playing with the Slivers deck, and we mentioned how much of a U deck it is because you want to cast all of your Slivers in the first main phase.
Second main phase, who needs that horse shit?
That's
first
right.
Main phase.
Yeah, it's first main phase, combat, end, right? Like that's how Magic works.
Yeah, it's untap, upkeep, draw, main phase, combat.
Oh wow, they're taking a turn to equip this Prying Blade.
I don't know if I agree with that from them, but sure.
They could need the mana. This could be a follow-up for 3 here. Maybe not the worst.
Could be.
I hope it is. They're definitely sacking it for a mana.
Yeah.
So that's good. Arterial Flow. Oh boy. Well, we'll drop a. Geez, I don't even know. I guess a Diviner and a Reckless. No, Diviner and Land maybe.
I like the Reckless Rage though.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that.
I mean, paid off, right? Attack for 6, lightning strike down the Sky Marcher.
Well, I'm gonna hold off on that. I'd like keep attacking me with that Sky Marcher.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Keep tapping that thing, and then if they play a creature, I can kill it as long as it doesn't have bigger than a 4 butt. So we'll see what we can do. But yeah, we definitely draw on the more aggro half of our deck for sure.
Yeah.
Dinosaur Hunter.
Wow, wow, wow. See, now here's where you Reckless Rage.
Oh, beautiful. Just Nerazga Relic.
Yeah, no, that kind of lines up fine. They're ramping like crazy, man.
They are.
And what are they, turn 5?
I'm just going to Lightning Strike the Dinosaur Hunter. It's a more
Yeah?
efficient use of mana.
Why not Reckless Rage the Sky Marcher and the Death Spitter? Death Spitter kills the Dino Hunter.
Death Spitter only deals damage to an opponent or a planeswalker.
Oh, why do I always think it's creature?
I don't know.
Huh. Narrow your mind then. Attack him for 8. Put him to 5.
We'll try.
I mean, I don't think they got tricks.
They might. They have 2 mana. Could be a Moment of Craving or something similar. Nope, never mind. Okay, and then we'll drop a Hardy Veteran with our other 2 mana. So we're making mana efficient plays here.
Very.
So we'll see now if the Sky Marcher finally stays back. Nope, our opponent just concedes. I didn't expect that.
No need to worry about the Sky Marcher. The opponent just going right into Concession Town.
Yeah, clearly. All right, finally got a win. Woohoo!
First win of the day.
Of the entire stream. Woohoo! Loser stream.
Oh, I mean, somebody's got to win every game. Somebody's got to lose every game.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way Magical Cards works.
All right. Get all my stuff.
Riggedy right.
Here we go. We got the exact opposite style of hand now, where there isn't a 2-drop to be found.
Yeah.
But a 6-drop. Well, I guess there is a 2-drop with the Aggressive Urge, but not a 2-drop creature. But
Yeah,
we have the
but we
Bronchodon
have-
on 3. We're going first. No reason to throw that away. 2 of our colors. 2 of each of our color. Like, it's a solid one.
Yep.
Hello,
Like
opponent.
Like the shit I had earlier. It's a solid one.
Fluffy Duck gave us the hello back.
Fluffy Duck. Fluffy Duck's still in their draft placements.
Yeah. So we
They have
won't
that
get
old
much,
beginner rank.
We won't get much from them.
Oh, maybe we will. Could be a limited mastermind that just hasn't played on
certainly.
Arena.
Not discounting that. I just mean if we do win, we won't get much because they're still in their beginning.
Oh! In terms of like, yes,
Progression. Yeah.
Yeah, you are correct. In terms of MMR progression, we will not get much.
Right. Got that Swaggersby. All right.
Swagger.
So I'm going to make the unmana efficient play of playing Hardy Veteran because I feel like this Aggressive Urge may be relevant this turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to attack because our creatures presumably are better than theirs if they're on black-red pirates.
Yeah.
So I'm going to assume that our dinosaurs can just be better than their creatures.
Statistically, our dinos line up better.
Ooh, Neckbreaker. That's a big one. It's a big beater.
Yep.
It's a tricky one. So block on the... So if they put the Brontodon first, I can aggressive urge the Brontodon.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what they're doing because it really doesn't say. So I'm going to do that just to be safe, and I could use the card.
Yeah. Mutiny looks
Perfect.
pretty good.
Yes, Mutiny was a heck of a magic, or is a heck of a magic card. Was a heck of a draw.
Yes.
All right, so let's try this. Target creature and opponent controls. So this one.
Target the Corsair.
Yep, and it hit the. That's what I wanted to happen.
All right. The right thing dealt damage to the right thing. So
I think I'm just going to go ahead and attack with the veteran.
Yeah.
Move back the Brontodon and we'll play the Death Spitter. Then next turn we get to play Hunters.
Yeah.
And we may have stabilized the board for the second.
We may have. And Jackish is auto-hosting us.
Oh, thank you so much, Jackish.
We got a good deck for some viewers right now.
We do.
We got a real good deck for some viewers right now.
We got some dinosaurs. We got some quick draft. If you haven't been to the stream, welcome, welcome, welcome. And watch our Brontodon get bombarded.
Yeah, well, you know. Brontodon really good. I'm kind of alright with them using a bombard there.
Yeah, I mean, certainly what you put it in the deck for.
Yeah.
Skittering Heartstopper. Okay, the chances are they're not going to attack with this Corsair then. All right, very good.
The nice thing about Heartstopper is auto tap left it unable to have death touch.
True. I'm going to go ahead and just attack with the Death Spitter because my follow-up will be the Suncrown Hunters. Okay, as predicted. No point in attacking with the Hardy Veteran, even though it had the 2 butt, it would have just bounced off the Swaggering Corsair anyway. So.
Yeah, yeah. Now, Suncrown Hunter's really good the turn after they play Bombard.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a whole lot.
Yeah.
Interesting choice. They were going hard on Pirates in this draft.
Yeah. Let's see what we got. Okay. Colorless. Likely means a spell. Or a non-creature would be my guess, but...
Or non-pirate.
Looks like an Impale on our Suncrown Hunters is my guess. Yep. As predicted. And we'll take the Corsair hit. See if we can draw a card that's not a land. Failure. As per usual. All land, all the time.
Most of the land, most of the time.
We both cast 6 spells at this point, so...
I feel like ours have been fairly more important and impactful than theirs. Our life total does not agree.
Right. We'll see. Their follow-up's probably decent if they were willing to make that trade. Yep, because they're going to get our Hardy Veteran.
Seems correct.
Makes sense. Let's just, I mean, we just need a decent creature here. I'd take a Knight even here. There he is, Knight. All right.
I mean, sometimes it's just like you drew it up, right?
Yeah, I'm going to play the land just in case. I think after 8, we don't necessarily have to play the land. We'll start to sandbag the lands here. Certainly going to block. I mean, there's just no choice.
Yeah.
If they have a way to kill the Knight and they have another Pyromancer, geez, our opponent is drawn like gas.
Yeah, they have.
Top deck double Pyromancer at this point. I think they went Impale, Pyromancer, and we have a land now.
Jeez.
Yeah. Gotta hope that our opponent hits land, and then we have to, I mean, more importantly, we have to hit non-land. And we need something of some kind of merit.
Yeah.
Oh, and our opponent hit another creature. So
I still think our deck is better here.
Yeah, but that don't mean much.
Yeah, they're just drawing better.
Yeah.
I mean, Fire Cannon Blast, right?
I mean, what we need is a creature of reasonable butt. We have a ton of we have all of our 5-drops that are 4 toughness. They're all of our 5-drops are 4/4s actually.
Yeah.
If there's a follow-up creature here, I think we're basically dead. Okay. Brazen Freebooter. 3/3 is something. Makes a treasure. Not that that's really of much consequence, but most importantly, it is a 3/3. So if they have nothing, they're probably just going to swing the Heartstopper. They have a Sun-Collared Raptor, which is probably their draw for turn, which means likely they're sandbagging a land.
Mm-hmm.
Can't block the Heart Stopper here, unfortunately. If they have a pump spell, they got us. But next turn, I'm prized into block. Okay, and they have us because we drew another land.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, they drew 7 land, we drew 9 land.
Yeah, we got variance out of that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a shame because I do think that our deck stacks up really nicely against theirs.
Yeah.
But when we can't draw spells, we can't win games. Unfortunately. Yeah.
You can tell we've known each other too long.
No, it's that, and it really is an unfortunate situation. I'd love to do something, it's just can't. I don't think that I'm, like, wasting my cards at any point, right? Like, I don't think that I'm just throwing cards away. It's just simply we're not drawing enough impactful spells. At least that last game. The first game we were fine. This game, not so much. Hey, Rod.
Hey, Rod? Hi, Rod,
probably. It's Hi, Rod, yeah, but it's funny if it's Hey, Rod, because then it's like J, Rod.
Hey, Rod. Hey, you, Rod.
Our opponent threw it back. And I think we're on the same plan, because on the draw, it feels like... I mean, maybe we have quite a few turns to try to draw a land.
Yeah, and we're a green mana Bronton should stack up a lot better than it has for us.
Yeah, we'll try to keep it because it's spell heavy. We have a mutiny if they go like creature or something.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try it. I'm not in love with it, but 2 lands is enough to keep it. We'll see. It's a tough one. Is a toughie. Okay, there's a mountain. Not ideal, but it's something.
Yeah, I mean, again, the land we were looking for is
our opponent has
forest.
Not made their second land drop. Yeah. Right now, our opponent has made their second land drop. We'll play a Brontodon because suddenly we got to go first and play, or end draw a card.
Kind of worked out for us.
I'm just gonna go ahead and Forerunner for a Tali.
Mm-hmm.
Because
we have the mana, and opponent is not doing much. So
they may just scoop if we show them a Tali. Where are you, Atali? There you are. It's like, did we not put it in the deck? For a second, I was scared. They didn't scoop when we showed them a Tali.
Well, they're so far behind, though.
They are.
Oh, okay.
Do I want to do damage to a bunch of stuff? Decline. I'm not going to attack here because I just see no real reason to throw.
No, we're 100% in a better position here.
So I could have dealt 1 damage with the Forerunner and then just attacked with the Forerunner. So it's like, if you want my worst creature, go for it.
I guess. Or just take 1, which is probably what they do.
We'll see. If they play another creature, we get to Mutiny if we want to. We can Fire Cannon Blast if we need to.
Mm-hmm.
Likely we'll just play a Tali.
What are they holding?
Okay.
What are the tricks?
Casting of a Tali.
What, do they think we're going to reveal it and then just not cast it?
Sandbag it?
Yeah. You very close to heard your name, Jared. Yeah. You very close to heard your name.
Yeah, it was close. See, it was funny. See, it worked out calling that guy A-Rod.
A-Rod. All right, our second win of the day.
Yay. Like 2 and 4,000 or whatever. 2 and 4? So I lost the approach game.
And then you owed 2 drop.
Yep, and then we lost 1 in this.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 and 4 at the moment. Not good.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. Not good. Not good, not good.
Not great.
This hand, we go first.
Mm-hmm.
This hand's not a keeper, unfortunately. We have no action until turn 4, unless we draw a forest off the top. So
yeah, doesn't do enough.
No, too slow, too low impact. We'd be wasting our stuff to try to regain parity, and this is a much better looking hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have no problem keeping the Diviner on top, right? No, I have enough to do early. Give them the hello, and see if we can beat them down a card.
Have you ever gotten the hello first?
Never, still.
Nor have I. months of doing this.
No, you got it once on stream.
Oh, that's
Remember I
right.
freaked out about it?
Yeah.
We get to do our favorite
So
play.
once.
Tillinolly's Knight into Deathspitter.
I mean, it's really good, and I'm just hoping they don't go very, very tall on this Mistcloaked Herald. Herald.
Tough to do in limited, but yes, that is a big concern. You're absolutely right. Hardy Veteran. And we're gonna go Deathspitter attack because that's how we line these up. And we will obviously not block anything here. One, because we can't block one of them, and the 2/4 makes it very unattractive to block.
Yeah, Hardy Veteran actually turns out is really good in attack mode.
Mm-hmm. This whole format is just attack mode, the format.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the player has to keep stuff back to block is usually the losing player. Okay, so combat. I'm willing to... Nah, I don't want to give up the value there.
Mm-hmm.
Disco Computer.
Cheering 10 to get himself back on top.
All right, we'll go Veteran into Veteran. And next turn we have a heck of a swing depending on how our opponent wants to proceed with this racing situation they've built up. And the answer is they want to keep doing it. Let's see what their follow-up is. I mean, they're on 2 land, I will point out.
Scoring goals, dropping bombs, getting ourselves back on top.
We're swinging all out because, again, our opponent has set up a race where they're 2, 4, 6, 7, and now they are facing very close to lethal.
They're actually facing lethal.
Yeah, I mean, if they keep their 3 creatures back that are capable of blocking,
right?
They still die. They have to keep all their creatures back.
Mm-hmm.
They have to keep all 4. They can't even swing in the Herald for free or the Corsair for free or anything like that. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and attack all again.
Yeah.
Because our creatures, the only thing we're going to lose potentially is our Tillinolly's Knight.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Or, sorry, our Deathspitter, rather. It's some of the only easy block they have.
Well, and losing our Deathspitter still deals 2 to them.
Yeah, they have to block pretty close to everything. They can afford 1 double block.
Mm-hmm.
But even that's not great for them. And unfortunately, they were stuck on mana.
Yeah, I mean, it never feels good to beat an opponent who's stuck on 2 land.
Right. And
but we've been the opponent with land problems tonight.
Yep, and they would have blocked the Deathspitter, still taken 2, and we would have had a follow-up. So we beat them on the mulligan, so that was nice.
Yeah. Our deck is good.
It is. I mean, it's especially good when our opponent only has 2 land, but it is good. And we haven't yet really seen that good, thorough curve. We've seen a couple go wide and a couple, we played some dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But we haven't... I mean, I guess the one game with the Forerunner and everything was a pretty nice curve. We did go 4, 5, 6 on that one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess we did have a good curve game. If we have a good curve game, things are really... You know what I mean? Our deck's built to do that. So that's really where we want to be.
When our deck curves out, it curves the fuck out.
I mean, this hand has Atali in it, which looks really bad, but other than that...
I want this Atali to work so bad. All right, we're on the play. We can get a Hardy Veteran on 2. We can probably get to a Knight of the Stampede by 4, which potentially means Atali on 5.
We'll see.
We have to draw Mountain by turn 5 for that to work.
Well, what's nice is anything but Forest looks great.
Yep.
Like, we're in a position where any draw in our deck but Forest looks fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sad about that.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Wanted Scoundrels. Oh, they're so good.
I mean, card's really solid.
Unfortunately, I can't attack.
Yeah. I'd love a mountain right about now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, boy. I mean, it still doesn't change that we could double block and kill it math, but oh boy.
I think we have to double block it. It's 2 for 2 at this point, maybe? I don't know.
No, I mean, it's
red mana.
Yeah, sorry, I was a little ahead. Yeah, we didn't draw. We drew a red spell, which is pretty bad. Again, I mean, if we draw a mountain here, we're in good shape.
Oh yeah, and Mountain is really good.
I mean, this is obvious combat trick, right?
There's no way they don't have it, but we have to.
I don't know. I don't like throwing away both of my creatures for a single combat trick. I'm just going to block a token, I guess, with one. If
Yeah.
they want to throw away a combat trick on a token or pump their wanted scoundrels, cool. But us missing land drops is definitely going to lose this game hard because our opponent put out one of the more punishing starts with the wanted scoundrels.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, we should be able to answer that.
Mm-hmm. Certainly.
No, Conquistador.
Mm-hmm. I got two more.
Go figure.
Double red spell.
Stumbling on mana.
Yep. I mean, this time we'll have to double block their wanted scoundrel, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
we'll stop stumbling on mana.
Well, I mean, I don't like the problem is Knight doesn't deal with the scoundrel. Like, unfortunately, the scoundrel's kind of taken over the game.
Yeah. Jesus.
They probably won't swing it here. They don't need to. Yeah, smart. Our opponent's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, so we're up to 1 red mana.
Yeah.
We could play Knight, because, I mean, we can't kill the wanted scoundrel yet. We could mutiny to take out one of the 3/3s, but that seems pretty bad.
Yeah.
So we can't deal that 1 extra damage. I mean, we could try something really saucy, which is swing in, but there's no way they're going to block at 26.
No, they don't have to.
So, I'm thinking the answer is simply just cast
Knight. Hope for 1 more red mana.
Well, I don't even know about that. I'm just more trying to set up some kind of favorable blocking situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like Conquistador and the Glorifier can just be blocked now. Okay. I'm going to try the what we predicted before, which is just a double block on the Scoundrels and a single block on the Conquistador. I mean, it leaves
Double block and hope.
Yeah, I mean, this leaves us dead to a lot of things. Okay, just this Divine Verdict is fine because they're spending their turn to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, Forest, not great.
I mean, it's mutiny, right? Sadly.
Maybe. The problem is the wanted scoundrel still gets to swing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the main problem here is that. Like, it could be Knight just to try to keep the wanted scoundrels from swinging. I'm going to try that, because the wanted scoundrels is the big problem. And the nice thing about that double block is they only get to take 1 creature out.
Mm-hmm.
So, unless they have a trick, Scoundrels doesn't make it through. But we'll see. Next turn, I'm almost assuredly have to mutiny. Unless we draw a mountain, then we could consider something else.
Mm-hmm.
But Dusky Z. Opponent goes down to 30. Though I'm not too concerned about that because our dinosaurs hit hard enough that that's not a super big concern.
Yeah.
Like, we can close them in from 30 pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
It's just getting these scoundrels off the board is the big issue. We haven't found our Reckless Rage or anything yet.
No, I kind of am upset about that fact.
Yeah.
Like, Reckless Rage would look really good right about now.
Mm-hmm. And our opponent having none of our shenanigans.
Yeah, opponent just doing powerful things.
Well, I mean, they're good. They're doing well. They're doing a good job. So, again, still nothing to take out the scoundrels with the 4-butt. It's just become undeal-withable. The other problem is we keep drawing dinosaurs that are red.
Mm-hmm.
And we're choked on being able to cast 2 spells in 1 turn. Like, if we could do, like, if that were a mountain instead of the Thrasher Raptors, we'd still be screwed, actually. Because all the 2 double red dinosaurs in our deck are both in our hand.
Yeah.
Thrasher Raptors here means we can, if they swing with everything, we don't die. Again, pending removal spells.
Yeah. Opponent has proven themselves pretty adept at having those kind of things when they need them too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're doing a really good job. Okay.
Man, I thought this deck was busted.
I mean, it looked good. Let's try a block there. Block there. And a block there puts us down to 4. Yeah. If they have a pump spell, they have a pump spell.
Yeah.
We're not beating a pump spell, so we have to just block as we blocked. Queen's Agent. So unfortunately, even with a mutiny, oh, they have a Dark Nourishment, which just wow. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we got the mountain finally.
Yep.
I mean, that game was pure mana shit.
It was. I mean, we talked about it when we kept the hand.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, no real surprise there. Just our opponent presenting the worst possible. Like, that was the maximum punish.
Mm-hmm.
Was having the Wanted Scoundrels plus the Squire's Devotion.
Yeah.
Which was, I mean, it was a ballsy play, but we were on double green, so it's guilt-free for them. What does green do against that?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, I mean, it's a problem. I mean, a slight problem with the way we built the deck, too, and that the colors were very evenly split.
Yeah.
So it leads to sometimes you don't get a color.
Non-games, eh?
Non-games, as they say. So this is a decent hand. Good mix of colors. No 2-drop. We've got a 4-drop. So it really doesn't present a lot of action early, but we get the card, and we have a mix of colors, so we'll see what we can do. Atali's not a great draw. You're supposed to stay in the deck. We can always aggressive urge, like end a turn on our opponent's creature if we need to.
Yeah.
Just to draw a card. So if we really need to cycle, we can.
Mm-hmm.
Which I probably will end up doing, considering we drew a mutiny there. So if they have 2 creatures, we can mutiny on our next turn, even if we draw nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what we can get. And they play a follow-up Dusk Legion Zealot, which is great, because that can tag the Raptor Companion.
Yep.
So less interested now in aggressive urging.
Mm-hmm.
We can save that for try to get a little bit more value out of it. Perfect.
I mean, sometimes maybe almost a little bit it lines up.
Mm-hmm. So Mutiny looked great there.
Yeah.
Which it owed us one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mutiny, you fucking owe us.
So not too bad. All right, cool. If they're blowing Moment of Cravings on our hardy veterans, that's totally fine with me.
Yeah, I'm kind of alright with that.
Yeah, that's totally fine. We need a land. I mean, it seems like I keep saying that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sweet. Night of the Stampede. Night of the Stampede should hold some things back pretty nicely, unless they have an Impale or something along those lines. Vampire Revenant's a pain in the butt.
Pain in the butt, but not undeal withable.
Yeah, I think it's just Tuscadon. No, we'll use our mana more efficiently and play this casual 4-cost Atali.
Yeah.
So, we'll see if they have the Impale.
Yeah, let's...
It leads me to believe they don't, or they probably just would have went for the Knight out of fear of what I could have popped out.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we maximum punish, because I don't think they were expecting that.
It's a good rare, right?
It is.
Most people don't expect you to have the good rare.
Right, what's the worst they can pop out?
Yeah,
like in here, we get to attack with the Atali.
Come on, Atali trigger.
We get it. Because they can't punish us by blocking.
Yeah. Okay, so we got Swaggering Corsair and Raid.
Yep.
So we get a free 3/3, and we can Aggressive Urge and Lightning Strike if we really need to blow out some bullshit here.
Yeah, we'll Aggressive Urge for sure.
Yeah.
Because that's what we need.
Seems pretty fucking good, yeah?
Yeah.
Into Thrashing Brontodon, which pairs up pretty well with what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, thing is, we still have to answer this 3/1, but we do have a Lightning Strike and the mana to cast it, so...
Yep, we got the answer to that, and we also are just presenting a way more severe clock than they are.
And look at our board, 4/4, 3/3, 6/6.
And I will point out that the Tuscadon, when it hits, deals double damage.
Yes.
To a player, so that's pretty gross. I mean, we just kind of have it all. We get to Horncrest here if we wish. And we're going to do it with triple red. Makes Lightning Strike a little worse, but I don't think we're in the world of Lightning Striking yet. And this is a hasty dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we're going to follow up with the Brontodon. I don't want to go too cavalierly. We'll play Majestic Heliopterus. Okay. And we kill them.
Sometimes.
I mean, we were 17ing them if they didn't block.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, more than that because the Tuscadon would have hit them, so we're 21ing them if they didn't block.
Jesus.
Yeah. All right, that one was okay. We also
that worked all right.
The Knight is there, the Knight of the Stampede. Quite good. Mm-hmm. So that's nice to see.
Worked out all right.
Yeah. Like to keep winning some games. So as of right now, nice. We're what are we on? 4 and 5? 3 and 5?
Yeah.
Was that the fourth win?
3 and...
Was it 3?
I think that was the third win.
Third win, so 3 and 5? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, not too bad. We can try to... I'd like to at least end the night at, a split.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take the 7, obviously. I need the gems after that 0-2.
Yeah. Seriously.
But it gave us time to jump back into another draft, so it was worth it.
Yeah, it was worth.
2 drafts for your value there. So we have a Lightning Strike we can do on 2. Again, Knight is our first real board play of the game. We have an Aggressive Urge we can cycle. It's not great, but it's keepable.
Mm-hmm.
Give the opponent the hello. Lead with Forest in case we get another Forest. We can play our Brontodon on time.
Yeah.
And it can also cycle an Aggressive Urge if need be. Opponent not punishing us too hard. We'll see what comes down next. Imperial Lancer has double strike as long as you control a dinosaur. This could be a Voltron-y style deck.
Mm-hmm.
Enter the Unknown is fine.
Sure.
Yep. I'll let them enter the Unknown. Go ahead and cycle this Aggressive Urge on their guy. Look at that. I'll make your guy bigger too. Corsair lines up pretty poorly. Hardy Veteran also lines up pretty poorly. So we'll go ahead and play the Corsair. Worst comes to worst, we get him knocked out of the way and they attack us for 4. Or they just let us chump block.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do. If they want to get aggressive and proactively use their removal to get a 2-2 out of the way, I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather them use the removal on these kind of things. Okay, so they're on Imperial Lancer .deck. It's just straight up no attack. Okay. I think Hardy Veteran is the next play because we can try to blow him out with a Lightning Strike.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how that works out. And then just going straight to attacks. Okay, no blocks. And they just pass the turn. So, yeah, no need to use the removal yet. Okay. Going to play Brontodon for the same reason as last turn. It lets us keep up the Lightning Strike.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine playing on a curve here. And again, we can play the Knight next turn if need be.
Yeah.
And I'd rather just hold back. Because again, I do think... I mean, it's clearly a green-white dinosaurs deck. If they're playing the Lancers, I don't know how hard they're going into... Contenseer. It's pretty good.
Atsakan, but yes.
Atsokan.
Atsakan-seer, yeah. I love that art. It's in a digital style I don't always like, but it looks pretty good. I would strike that guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's going to make the Lancers a little hairy, but getting that thing out of the way before they can get it at, fix their mana woes with it and get value off of it seems way better to me.
Yeah. That card represents a ton of value.
Yeah. So now we just tap out for the Sun-Crowned Hunters.
Yep.
I'll swing a Hardy Veteran this time. They don't have great
Yeah.
blocks on it.
No. They're throwing away a creature just to block it, so...
Yeah. And our blocks line up pretty nicely.
Yeah.
The double strike is hilarious against the Sun-Crowned Hunters. Hit it twice, you say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. By all means. Alright. Alright, we'll play a Horncrest. We'll attack with the Sun-Crowned Hunters this time, and not the Hardy Veteran, as they have a 3/4 out now. But we'll attack with the Sun-Crowned Hunters. If they want to kill it, they're going to have to put multiple triggers on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either getting through 5 damage or 6 damage, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Looks like they'll just do the 1 Imperial Lancer.
Let it happen.
Mm-hmm. They get to trade up pretty nicely, but we still get enough.
Yeah, they also take 6 in the process.
Yeah, so it's kind of a medium attack, but it gets that off the board too before it can win them the game.
Mm-hmm.
And working through the double strikers is pretty good.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that.
I'm fine losing something like that. Yeah. I just think... I've thought this a lot tonight, and it hasn't turned out to be true, but I think our creatures match up really well against theirs.
I mean, we'll see. Right now, it's kind of a meh because we're stalemated, but...
Mm-hmm.
And their mana screwed, so their resource count is way higher than ours, so we need to figure something out.
You know what we need? It's Ollie.
I take a Tali, I take the Reckless Assault. I mean, at this point, like... I don't know how... Like, I'm just going to start swinging with everything, I think. They're at 12, and I really do need to try to get them dead.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really get to pick off much. A Swaggering Corsair is the kind of the best thing they get to pick off. Like, the Knight's going to bounce off the Grazing Whiptail. If they block that way.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to trade the Corsair for the Lancer, which seems like quite a bad deal. This will let us at least put, like, we need, with them obviously holding resources, we need to just push damage through as hard as we can.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after drawing a mountain. If we had a follow-up, I'd feel a little better about it, but...
Yeah.
If it's going to do what it's done to us traditionally, where we're going to just...
Okay, interesting.
Okay, they opted to take a lot more damage there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I find that their hand must have something really nice.
I'm going to attack with all again. No surprise here. Because now they put themselves into, they need a trick.
Mm-hmm.
They need a life gain, specifically, or a removal spell, or they die.
Yeah.
Okay, they have a Divine Verdict.
Even still, though, like, our position is
well, they get
pretty good.
No, they get Grazing Whiptail on Corsair here, and they just take 2.
Yeah.
And we go down to an even parity board. So it's not spectacular. But we need to do it in order to make sure we can present a threat as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But they are really stuck on land, so I mean the best we can really do is try to take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta thrash your Raptors.
Feels pretty good considering.
Well, we need another dinosaur to make it good.
Yeah. I mean, just drawing a creature there felt kind of alright, though.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it like if we draw our Horncrest, the 4/4 haster.
Yeah.
Things all of a sudden swing really heavily in our favor. Brazen Freebooter. I mean, at this point, we just need to present creatures and hope that they can't handle. We do any land we draw here is just horrendous.
Just the nice thing is, as long as we keep matching them creature for creature, they can't attack either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're definitely alive.
And they're two cards or 2 permanents away from the Snubhorn Sentry actually mattering as anything other than a roadblock.
Yep. We'll see. It looks like this is going to be where they hit it. Yep. So the Pterodon Knight can not. Yeah, still can't get in. All right, nice. Mutiny's a decent one. So
Yeah.
So if we mutiny the Whiptail, it takes the Whiptail down,
Mm-hmm.
and then we attack past their 3 creatures. Right? It's pretty elementary.
I think that's what happens. Yeah. Because we only needed 2 of them, so we 2 any of their creatures, or we kill any of their creatures and we just win.
I think we just I think this just that's it. Yeah, they're tapped out. So
Yeah,
got lucky.
it's basic arithmetic.
Got lucky.
We put the card in the deck.
Yeah, I mean it's about time we got lucky.
Yeah,
I mean we suffered a lot of hardships this stream. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then prizes. Did I open? Oh yeah, I did open a pack for Disco Computer. I opened a Rivals pack. Making sure I'm not slouching on my duties.
I mean 5 wins is not terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Because 5's the threshold for break even on a draft, so.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we have nothing until 4 again. 3 land. Mix of spells. We can again cycle our Aggressive Urge if we need to. It's a reluctant keep, but we can cast everything if we get 1 land. So
Yeah, it does things, and considering how much we've needed things to be done.
Mm-hmm. It is a sketchy keep, but a keep nonetheless.
Yeah.
Hello, opponent. Nick, I assume. Nike. Snubhorn Century City.
Everyone drafts that fucking card. It's not good.
It's you have to be doing a very specific thing. If they follow up with Island, I'm okay with it. All right, I'm okay with it. There's one deck that wants these things.
Yeah.
Go ahead and cycle an Aggressive Urge.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You don't really feel the need to Fire Cannon Blast here because we got our 4th land, so any of our 4 drops block their Bishop Soldier. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about that, and I will definitely.
I don't necessarily see too many combat tricks coming out of them either. I mean, all the best combat tricks are white and black, and they have white, so.
Yeah, white, black, green has some.
Mm-hmm.
Not great ones, but oh man, that's aggressive. Their hand may not be great, or land light perhaps. What is Snubhorn doing? What are you doing?
Snubble.
Snubhorn, what are you up to?
Snubble, what are you doing?
Oh, there you go, buddy. What are you doing? You stay home. All right, so we'll go ahead and night.
Come on, 2 more land. Or come on, 1 more land, because Night Stampede.
No more land.
No, 1 more land casts Satali, right?
No more lands cast Satali.
Oh, that's right. It makes them 2 cheaper, not 1 cheaper.
Yeah.
Why I keep thinking it only makes them 1 cheaper? Because that's really hard to read the way I'm looking at it. Spirewinder? Sure. Yes. They're really just going for Ascend.
Mm-hmm. Right, that's what blue-white does in this format.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So before we just Windmill Slam Atali.
Oh, come on.
We can...
It's probably Tuscadon and Thrasher Raptors, to be honest.
We can cast 2 dinosaurs and really punish them here.
Yeah.
As much as I want to Windmill Slam Atali, and believe me, I do. Putting 2 permanents on the board when they're tapped out is a pretty big punish.
Oh, yeah. Especially when those permanents are, when those permanents represent 7 power.
Yeah. 9 power, because the Thrash gets +2/+0.
True.
And if it hits them, 4 more from the Tuscadon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, all of a sudden, it's like, oh dear God, what just happened?
Mm-hmm.
Night of Stampede has been pretty good for us.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely overperformed.
Well, the thing is, we have some really good high-end dinos.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. We we got here? Luminous Bond. See, that would have been on Atali.
Fair. Fair.
All right. So now we get potential mutiny.
I wish we had something to mutiny the Spire Winder.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be nice. We can fire cannon the Spire Winder if we need to. Keep in mind.
That's true.
No big deal on that one. It's just the mutiny is cheap enough we can follow up with Atali.
That's very true.
So let's go ahead and mutiny.
Mutiny that Bishop's Shoulder. Bishop's Shoulder? Bishop's Soldier.
Yep. We'll see what they have for this.
Probably just Snubble.
I mean, the nice thing is if they bounce it with, like, Expel, we can recast it and fire cannon the Sidewinder. So we get to punish them pretty hard for that. So it's not... We have some pretty efficient plays, which is nice. Might be Snubhorn plus... I have to be a heck of a combat trick.
Yeah.
Moment of Triumph and Vampire Zeal don't do it there.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and cast Atali and hope he sticks. Opponent's mouse immediately hovering over that.
Yeah, like, wait, what is that again? Shit. This isn't EDH.
2 spells, you know, in 2 turns in a row is pretty disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Out of a deck with, like, we just played 4-drop, 5-drop, 6-drop, 1-drop in 2 turns.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty absurd. All while missing our 6-land drop. So our opponent definitely has some things to think about. The nice thing is if they can play 2 permanents, they definitely get enough to block Atali.
Yeah.
Soul of the Rapids. They now... Oh, it's just 1 permanent. Sorry. So 6, 7... Oh, the Luminous Bonds, derp. I'm like, where's the 10th permanent?
Still kind of fine.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. We get to fire. We can't fire a cannon, unfortunately. Well, no, we don't have to. We can fire cannon the Snubhorn out of the way. Potentially, if they play a combat trick on it, they have to do it right then.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So now Atali attacks.
Yeah, and the Thrash.
Because I guess the Thrash just kills the Soul of the Rapids.
We get their Ritual of Rejuvenation.
Kind of right with that.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Free life gain draw card seems all right.
Yep. I mean, is it block Thrash, pump the Soul? Soul still dies. I don't think there's a combat trick that makes it indestructible. So is it just trump block the Thrash? Take 3 and trample, 6 from Atali? Yep.
Take 8.
Pretty good. And we still have a follow-up play. Just for the rub-ins.
Yeah. Man, when this deck is good, it's really good.
It's what dinosaurs do, right? They're oppressive.
Mm-hmm.
And that's definitely what we're doing, is we're just overpowering our opponents with card quality.
We are most assuredly doing that.
What does this do? What? Why are you playing this?
I have no idea why that card is.
What are you doing?
Why are you playing Ashes of the Aberrant?
I don't know. Why are you doing this? I had an opponent. I think it was in the recording, or it was one of the games I played. They played Axis of Mortality.
Why do people play these cards?
I don't know. Yeah, that's fine. Give me that sweet, sweet Atali. Did I just donk on lands? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one did I get from them?
Click on their exile. Not our exile, their exile.
I clicked on it. Okay. It was just, we got land off our Atali triggers.
Yep. So we've gotten 3 land off of our Atali triggers.
And they took lethal for some reason.
Yeah, I don't really know why they did that.
Okay.
Sure. 6 wins.
Maybe they thought that the creature died before damage was dealt to a player. I don't know.
Don't know. But we are also gem positive now on the draft.
Yay. Still not on the night, but
No, on the draft.
all right, one more and we got the 7.
Yeah.
And we'll so we're what, 5 losses right now, 6 wins, 5 losses.
Our positive win-loss record on the night.
If we lose, we're just even. Which I'll take.
Yeah, if we lose, we went 500.
Yeah.
If we win, we go slightly above 500.
Which I mean, I would enjoy, certainly. All right, I'm anxious to see if Disco Computer can knock you off the top spot before this match is done. Our opponent is Rooster. Rooster. I guess not Cogburn. Which is a shame.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take a look. We're going first. We have removal spell, removal spell, removal spell, Forerunner to the Empire.
Yeah.
It seems like, I mean, what the hell? It's probably.
I mean, I'd like to go 7 wins.
Well, forget about it. I kept it. Going 6 and 6. We'll see. I mean, we might be able to cobble something together with this. See if the Rooster can. See if we can snuff the Rooster. Right, that's the song. A little rusty on my Alice in Chains. We come to snuff the rooster. I think that's right. Oh, yeah. You know he ain't gonna die. Chart a course for no value. Chart a course for card selection. Are they flooded or are they looking for mana? And in case you're newer to Magic, the Chart a Course obviously is a card, and they're going to discard a card, so they drew 2 and then got rid of 2. So they're just trying to make their hand more potent.
Selection, not advantage.
Correct. They're not trying to go draw an overabundance of cards. They're just trying to get.
Just kind of fine, given the shape of our hand right now, for them to do that, but they can't know that.
What did they do? They have to be looking for land. They got rid of a Luminous Bonds.
Jeez, I don't know.
Yeah, that's bonkers.
I definitely don't agree with that.
No, as you should not. That's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know what our opponent's up to. Their hand's either solid gas or they are desperate for land.
I'm going to say it's probably the latter, though if it's the former, we're going to lose in a ridiculous way.
Well, all I know is they better have 6 more Luminous Bonds in their hand.
Yeah. Because we're just going to keep throwing bullshit at them until it goes away.
Yep. I'm going to hold the Forerunner until we get a couple more land.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to get Dinosaur, awesome Dinosaur, let them play around it while we're farting around looking for land.
Mm-hmm.
Just going to go ahead and Lightning Strike this end of turn.
Yep.
Maybe not. It's not even, I can attack past it with the heart. Well, no, I bounce.
You can also Reckless Rage and deal 2 to them and not worry about
Yeah, I wonder what the best way to go is. Well, now the most mana efficient play is just to simply Fire Cannon it.
Yeah.
It lets me hold up the rage if I need to. So we'll just go ahead and blast that out of our way.
I mean, Jared, is that an Alice in Chains joke?
I already did that.
Jared, behind.
I did that. I said we come to snuff the rooster. Oh, yeah. He ain't gonna die. I did all that. Okay, fair enough. I also made the Rooster Cogburn joke, so before you get on that one.
We've been there. Was editing, now exporting.
I hear you. I actually have a project paused right now that was exporting. It's going to be an additional 5.5 hours. Because it was an hour and a half thing that I needed to make a lot of fixes on. So.
That was the draft?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not the draft I thought it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Forerunner for a 5-drop?
I mean, it's tempting. I think that's probably the right move, just because I'd rather go gas.
Mm-hmm.
Gas, honk.
Honk, break?
Probably just going to grab up Stampeding Horncrest here. You drop it,
I
it's
mean,
got haste.
any 5-drop is good, but it's got haste, so.
Yes, we'll see. We'll see how we can do. Show me your moves. Show me your moves.
Show me moves.
Show me your moves. Show me your moves.
Show me what you got.
That's right. Nice thing is when we play the dinosaur too, we get the Despitter enrage trigger. Shoots them for 2. Which is nice. Another solar, our mono solar rapids.
Yeah.
Which line up pretty poorly against what we're doing. Another blue white.
Yeah.
Another blue white ascend deck.
Yeah. People like it.
They do. Yes, I would like that to happen.
Yeah, fine.
I'm just gonna go ahead and swing with the
It does make the Horncrest. Yeah, I was gonna say it does make the Horncrest match up pretty poorly.
Yep.
Against their entire board, but makes the veteran matchup the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not bad. And we get to Reckless Rage, which is pretty
Yeah,
nice.
the hexproof on the souls is pretty good, but
looks like the Horncrest is getting interdicted.
jeez.
I mean, they had to be holding something. I remember they did pitch a Luminous Bonds.
But that's my point, right? They pitch Luminous Bonds and they cast Luminous Bonds and they have an interdiction.
Yeah.
Like opponent on the mono enchantment based removal plan.
For sure.
Yeah. Rage the Sentry.
Yep.
Despite all my rage. Does Mutiny target twice? Does Mutiny target 2 different things?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, Mutiny actively bad in this current situation.
Mm-hmm. That it does. That it is.
But also having them at 9 where we are, the Cooge comes in with 150 bits.
50 bits from my phone. You don't have a phone. Good lie. Nice try, buddy.
He activates the football emotes for everybody, though, so...
2, 3, 4, 5. I think we lose.
I gotta reclaim my throne, though. Get back on top.
On top on that. And they have a Divine Verdict.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Must have been a football phone, Jared says.
Next, they're at 6. We have a Lightning Strike and a Forest in our hands, so we're going to go out classily and Lightning Strike ourselves.
Wow. The
So
Cooch with 50 more.
As I said, 500.
Yep.
As predicted.
Get bits, Cooch. Get bits.
I mean, unfortunately, we were on removal heavy hand against Solar Rapids deck.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's certainly something.
I mean, we still get a 6-win draft.
Yeah.
Close out the stream on a 6-win draft and a bit of a bit war. Cooch coming in, trying to drop bombs, but...
Not too bad.
Hey, and we got a second pack.
Yeah. So
we beat
we'll packs.
Beat the luck on that one.
Where am I at with full progress? 30. I'm not very far.
No.
But adding a bunch. Kumena.
Kumena. First mythic I crafted in this in the entire beta.
And rare wild card, because I saw it.
Yeah. Galaxy S9 Plus. Where are you getting money from? Who is this Cooge up on this nag?
I wasn't aware that Trump was giving out Obama phones. All right, I'll open a pack to end the stream as well, in light of all this insane amounts of cheering.
All the cheering.
Yeah.
All the football cheers specifically. And yes, Jared, they are on the 9.
Hey, another rare wild card.
Ooh.
That's me.
Sexy.
Finish up what I needed to get
some
for
lands.
Mono Red.
Get some lands, man.
I could also get lands for approach. But yeah, so that's the stream. We did a 0-2 drop and then a 6-6 Sketchosaurus kind of, or
6-3.
6-3. Yeah, we went 6 and 6 on the night.
Mm-hmm.
Which isn't the
Damn
worst.
it, Cooge.
Yeah.
Where are you getting all these bits from, sir? Dropping bits like you spend money on them.
Yeah, maybe he did. Got a phone, got a bunch of free bits.
Where does boy get money?
Yeah, who knows? So let me see.
Make it rain.
Make it rain. So
I mean, look, I appreciate the bits. I'm never going to say no to the bits, but
no.
the bits, especially because since work has lined up so poorly for me over the course of the last month, we have not streamed nearly enough in the last couple of weeks and are far off the June bit goal.
Yeah, we are very far off the June bit goal. So
I intend to stream 1 or 2 nights this week. So,
well, let's see if we can find a stream before I leave to recommend everybody stay on to jump onto.
yeah, we can find somebody else to support.
Yeah.
We can also sing the song because the song's got my name in it.
It does, and I will sing the song once I find a good stream here.
Make it raid.
There is plenty of.
Man, there are some really good emojis in here.
There are some good emojis in here.
Or emotes, as Twitch refers to them. Got them football emotes.
Let's see. Got a couple people.
Croatia, Nigeria.
Gold rank grind with green black stompy. Good luck with that, my friend.
Yeah. I feel like the Turkish one's a bit offensive, though. It's a fez. Denmark, España. I like the España one.
Pauper and modern testing. They're not playing arena, though.
Clearly not. Oh, what? There's a red card emote now. Yes. It makes me stupidly happy. I can give people the red card in chat.
Let's see what the Control Academy is up to.
Probably playing Control. If they're not playing Control, I'll be pretty sad.
That's why I want to check. Oh my god. I want to see this ad.
It's looking like the perfect run. Jesus Christ. This deck is so fucking good.
No. Can't really hear them very well.
My god.
I see Sunday Night Nonsense.
You pretend you have something? I guess you might as well pretend you have something.
Oh, my combat button didn't light up. Alright, Baird, get him.
Sounds like
Damage.
Dr. McGoodtimes is 2 people.
Damage.
Hey, Dr. McGoodtimes, 2 people like us.
Yeah, so we'll try
Sure,
that out.
Tricketeer is actually
So if
pretty
I
neat
wanna
against like a Torment of
do a
Hailfire turn,
raid-
because I can just sacrifice
I'll set that all
the
up.
servos.
Let me quiet this down for a moment. And before we do the raid, we'll sing the song as it is owed.
Yeah,
So
sing the
let's get
song, and then we'll
done.
raid this channel.
Yeah, let me just get everything set up so I can get that done. Just give me a moment. So, Dr. McGoodtimes. So it's just slash raid and then their name, I assume?
Slash raid space, and then we'll raid them in.
Alright, so I think I have all that set up in order to do that. So I owe the song to Champ Blankman and I owe the song to Disco Computer, right?
That's what I saw.
Alright, here we go.
Sing the song.
And if I threw a party, invited Champ Blankman and Disco Computer, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. All right, so let's go ahead and try this raid and see if it works.
Let us raid. We are raiding Dr. McGoodtimes.
Looks like we worked it out.
Yes, we are raiding Dr. McGoodtimes. Jump on over into McGoodtimes chat and get some raiding on. Once the raid countdown concludes.
Oh no, it's Gifted Aetherborn.
Yeah, the raid countdown takes a long time.
It does. I typed in, we're coming to raid.
Raid incoming.
Vraska's Contempt. Amazing.
See if they notice.
Well, unfortunately for me, their stream just
It is currently
completely
a private
froze.
call in my,
I'm good.
Hello, Oh, a raid. It's currently a private call on my Discord, Swamp, but if you would like, I am setting up a, basically a stream Discord, so anyone who wants to, stop by and chat with me during, like, a stream, can do so. So if you want, I can send you an invite
Get
to
your
that.
eyeballs ready.
Ooh. Hello, raid people. Thank you very much. I am just doing.
I want to
a
know what
little
this
bit of
deck they're
magic
playing is, because
and,
all I can see is white
losing
cards, but I see
horribly.
4 different colors of land.
I mean, I may as well just go ahead and exile this Liliana. But I mean, I'm losing 2 turns to this gift.
Leona
anyway,
Death's Majesty
so
is so good.
It is.
that is unfortunate. No attackers, please.
Hadoop.
Hello.
I'm just gonna
Hello.
pretend I'm rating you too with various emotes.
Yeah, I'm not sure what those are supposed to be. That's rude.
I mean, we literally just doubled their viewer count.
Yeah.
You're just mad that I have that emote.
We got to figure out why
Like, is
a lot
that
of people
an
fell
idol
off
that
watching
carries
us in the
3
last
spears?
month.
That
Like, a
first
lot of
one,
our
I thought it was some
regulars
kind of, like,
have
star
not been
thing.
around. Though Mitch was
Well, it
around
does say
for a while
I when
earlier.
you
I
mouse
checked
over
the
it, so.
Yeah.
viewer list. Yeah.
No, I'm assuming that's
And
just
Matt
their
at least
logo.
Matt at least had the stream open the whole time, even if he wasn't being active.
That's
But
cool.
he's good at doing that for us. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I can
Oh.
resume this.
Gifted Aetherborn is a really good card. And it just makes you realize how fucking good Vampire Nighthawk was.
If I stop streaming, do I stop raiding?
How to use the raid function.
Because right now, I still got the stream
Hang
up
on.
technically. I'm at least looking at myself in OBS. How are you doing? How you doing?
It hosts them, so I think we can go offline.
Okay, so it's just essentially shmupping them over.
Yeah, instead